Hmm.
You have Kerry Jackson to blame for that.
Aren't
It
you
was
sorry
a-
we
it
didn't
was a-
play
it was a
dueling
coin toss.
banjos? Yeah,
It was a coin toss
blame
that
it on the
decided
coin toss. You could have made an executive decision.
I made the executive decision to use the coin toss.
All right.
I guess, well, on this day.
In 1958, Nick Van Eddy, singer with the English rock band The Cutting Crew, with the number one hit single, I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight.
You know, everything you look at.
Hold on.
Are we?
An elegant way of wasting time. It's Farting Around with Radio from Hell on X96.
So everything you look at about the Cutting Crew and about Nick Van Eddy says, I just died. It's not I just died in your arms tonight. The name of the song is I Just Died. Well, parentheses, I just, and then died in your arms.
Why would that be?
Well, the name of the song is Died in Your Arms, but they wanted you to know at the beginning there, I just died. But that's the only song that they ever had any.
And I've
success
been in love before. I had mild success with I've been in love before.
I challenge. I can't.
The hardest part is when you're in it, which doesn't make any sense.
You know, Gina has spent her entire life doing deep dives into things that are just awful, that don't matter. She knows deep cuts of the Cutting Crew.
But this is what I suggested for today.
Yeah.
Although what I've seen is people are being very Ned Beatty defensive, saying, "Why is that? Yeah, why is Deliverance the first thing you bring up when you talk about Ned? He did so many other wonderful things."
Well, it was kind of his. Then they don't mention them, but it is kind of the. That was really sort of his first. Nobody knew Ned Beatty, and that was his
breakout
first
role for him. You know,
and it was. So Deliverance is the movie, and there is a 10-minute long rape scene.
It's
Hillbillies raping Ned Beatty, and it is dreadful and it's awful. And here's me, haven't seen Deliverance in years, and I say to the family, you know, maybe a good family movie for us to watch is Deliverance, because I remembered the Ned Beatty scene as just being kind of quick and not just quick.
Tell me you didn't sit down with your family.
Yeah.
to
And we get to the Ned Beatty scene, and my kids are going, What do you mean? What? And we watched the whole thing, but
really?
yeah. But I had forgotten. It's really a bad scene because it's not what the movie's about. But it becomes all about that scene rather than tale of survival and what trying to survive does to people. But yeah. But
why
Ned
he wasn't lauded for the voice of
Bill. Was it Bill?
No.
Oh,
Lotso in Toy Story 3. Lotso Lovenbear.
No, I'm thinking of King of the Hill.
He wasn't in King of the Hill.
Isn't he Bill in King of the Hill?
No, you're thinking of Jimmy. You're thinking of Uncle Jimmy.
Huh. That's funny.
No, he's the voice of Lotso Lovenbear on Toy Story 3.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought it was...
Isn't he?
No, I thought it was...
Look it up. I could swear.
I don't think it's Ned Beatty.
And it's he's of course famous for Otis.
That's
Lex Luthor's henchman.
Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Who wanted a town named after him once Lex was in charge. He snuck in on the map Otisburg.
Otisburg. Oh, can you? I can send you that real quick, Kerry.
And there's
it's
a great
like 10
scene.
seconds long.
There's a great scene from Network where he's just goes crazy and he's yelling at his employee at the TV station. Yeah, he was Lotso.
Was he?
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Yeah. performed the voice of Lotso in Toy Story 3 and in the video game.
There, Carrie, I just sent you Otisburg. I watched a bunch of Superman clips yesterday.
Why is that?
Because of the Ned Beatty clips from Superman.
Oh.
And I forgot how good Gene Hackman is an excellent Lex Luthor.
Well, Gene Hackman's always good.
Right.
Whatever you say, Mr. Luthor.
Otisburg has made it into DC canon, by the way. Yeah, it was officially a town in a comic book. They
Do
put
you
it
have
in.
it, Carrie?
Hang on. Where did you send it to me?
I DM'd you.
All right, just a sec.
Well, we'll wait.
Merely stopped a business deal. That is not the case. The Arabs have taken billions of dollars out of this country, and now they must put it back. It is ebb and flow, tidal gravity. It is ecological balance.
It's a network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the ending of it where he says, "You have meddled with the forces of nature."
If you've never seen the movie Network, look it up.
Will live, Mr. Beale, to see that perfect world in which there's no war or famine, oppression or brutality. One vast and ecumenical holding company for whom all men will work to serve a common profit, in which all men will hold a share of stock.
I'll have to find it some other way. That's
Right at the end where he...
this scene. This clip is not good. Let's see. You emailed it to me, you said?
I DM'd you on Twitter.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll get there. This is just farting around. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah, easy. It was the cut now, but the Cutting Crew.
Yes, well.
What an awful song. And they're still around, I guess trying to trying to make you remember that awful song.
Well, look, we just helped.
Yeah, we should.
Here we go.
California. Hello, new West Coast, my West Coast. Costa del X, Lutherville, Marina del X, Otisburg. Otisburg?
Who's this monster? She's got her own place, man.
Otisburg?
It's a little bitty place.
Otisburg?
Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. That's a little town.
Otisburg.
Ned Beatty.
Yep.
Oh, he died. Did we make that
he
clear?
died. Yeah, tragedy.
Come on, squeal!
Yeah, tragedy. I'd say we farted around
What
enough
an
there.
awful scene. Oh, my God.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
So it's probably going to be 100 and something degrees today
Yep.
in Salt Lake. It was 100 yesterday, I think.
Yep.
And it's going to stay that way for several days.
Yep.
Folks, climate change is real. Sorry to tell you. Climate change is real.
Oh, no. We got that whole orbit of the moon thing going. We're going to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, here, we're going to start the show officially coming up. So why don't you call us and check in and tell us how you going to beat the heat, huh? How do you beat the heat? Do you have any tips for beating the heat? Should we go out and fry an egg on the sidewalk? Let's try that. So give us a call. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We'd love to hear from you. The phone number is 877-602-9696. 877-602-9696. Call us now for check-ins.
All right, so we will take a break, and we will be back. I'm still finding everything. Sorry. It's Wendy's. Wendy's.
You don't have to go far to find Wendy's, Carrie.
They're
They're
everywhere.
everywhere.
Nope. And they've got a new a breakfast deal for you. Wendy's serves one-of-a-kind breakfast, a better one, made fresh with quality ingredients like oven-baked bacon, fresh cracked eggs, toasted-to-order croissants, and for a limited time, the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant, and honey butter chicken biscuit are all 2 for $4. Now, remember I was telling you earlier about how you can buy breakfast for the office and score a lot of points. This is even better. Oh, what a deal this is. What are you waiting for? Choose Wendy's. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary at U.S. Wendy's. Single item at regular price. These are delicious, especially the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant. Yes, I'm picking a favorite. So hit the drive-thru on your way to work. You can get Wendy's 2 breakfast sandwiches for just $4 at Wendy's. Go get them.
They cataloged 1,568 cereals, released over 150 years, and then let people vote on which one is the best cereal in history.
In history.
So not current cereal, just...
The greatest cereals of all time.
I know you feel strongly about that.
I do.
Over 500,000 people voted.
This was a good list.
Do you agree with the findings?
I do.
Okay.
There's a top 50. Oh, no, there's a top 100.
Top 100.
Number 100 at the very bottom got 2,229 votes. I don't know as I've ever even heard of Vanilla Crunch.
It no longer exists.
Yeah, some of these are gone.
It was a Captain Crunch line.
Okay.
And the mascot was a white whale. But it was delicious. It was just little vanilla balls.
Sounds good.
They were just delicious. So good.
I remember the little white whale.
Yeah.
Now, do
really yummy.
Grins, Smiles, and Giggles and Laughs?
Yes.
That's 99. Never heard of it.
It's a kind of a sugary corn-based cereal. It's shaped like Smiles.
Okay.
All right, the top 10.
All right.
Number 10, with 5,051 votes, Wheat Chex.
Again, a good utility cereal.
I like
No Cocoa Puff.
Yeah.
Number 9, Puffa Rice.
Again, regional.
Yeah.
They
Number
didn't poll me on this.
Well, wait.
You know, Gina, there's a reason people don't poll you. No one cares for your opinion.
Well, so far this top 10 sucks.
Number 8, and you've been urging me to get to it. I've been doing the entertaining part of the list. Now we get to the sucky part.
Okay.
I knew what I was doing. Number 8, Rice Crinkles. See
I don't
again.
know that one either.
Number 7, Concentrate. What's Concentrate?
I have no idea. That one I've not heard
Is
of
this
that
a
one.
British list?
I don't recognize
because Weetabix is not on the list.
Number 6, Wheaties. Number 5, Captain Crunch. Number 4, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Delicious.
Number 3, a good cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Always good. You like that
I
one.
like that one.
Yeah.
Number 2, they're great.
Frosted Flakes.
And number 1.
The absolute correct answer.
No, and I don't get this, but I know you love this cereal. Quisp.
Quisp. I nearly wore my Quisp watch today because of that.
A cereal that should come back, right?
It shows up every now and then.
Yeah.
You're listening to All Things Considered Dull and Pretentious on NPR. I'm your host, the Lyman Pettigrew. You may refer to me as Lyman Pettigrew. Our next program is funded by a grant from the Lyman Pettigrew Foundation. Every Thursday, we like to take a look at children's book reviewer, Mongo. We call it Children's Book Review with Mongo. Today, Mongo will be reviewing the timeless classic Runaway Bunny by Margaret Wise Brown, illustrated by Clement Hurd.
Mongo, Runaway Bunny.
Is that all, Mongo?
No, much more. Runaway Bunny bad. Make Mama Bunny chase after him. Bad. Mama bunk Mongo on the head. Bad Mongo. Bunk bunk. Mongo also hate Runaway Bunny because no color pictures on pages. But Mongo like pretty pictures. Mongo hate words.
This has been Children's
Wait,
Book...
Mongo not finished. Bad character development in Runaway Bunny. Mongo not care when Bunny run away. What motivate Bunny? What compelling reason to turn page? Plus, Mongo thinks something kinky going on with Margaret Wise Brown and Clement Hurd. Bad book. Very bad.
Now this has been Children's Book Review with Mongo. Coming up next, we look at the explosion of goat cheese making in America's heartland, and later on we take a very, very quiet look at the exciting NBA playoffs on All Things Dull and Pretentious on NPR. But first, this news from parts of the world you've never heard of.
All right, 6:22. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, please. Oh, you know, I think I thought it was Ned Beatty, or was thinking about Ned Beatty, because that character looks like Ned Beatty on King of the Hill, the character of Bill, but it was your Uncle Jimmy who voiced him. Yeah. All right, so here we go. We're going to officially begin the program, and we'll do that in just a second, and then we'll go to your check-ins at 877-602-9696. Anybody want to check in with us yet? Well,
They're too hot to check in.
The phones, so the phones are wide open then. Here's your chance to call us and tell us exactly what you think, okay? 877-602-9696. Do we have a sponsor, Gina?
Yes, we have many today. You can look forward to those as the show continues. Like this one, it's time to buy a new Honda from your Utah Honda dealers with 0% APR financing. See UtahHondaDealers.com.
The moon is on its way to being full. It's a waxing crescent moon, 15.3% of full today. It will rise at 9:34 a.m. Today being Monday, it's the 14th day of June in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2021. It's 452 days now of our pandemic broadcast. And this is the Radio from Hell show. It's the show that's just fine with having an entire day dedicated to just monkeying around. Because it's monkeying around day today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Radio from Hell, starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi, Katie for short in the studio in downtown Salt Lake, making sure that everything runs smoothly. And who's helps Hawk today? And Miriam, I would imagine. Monkeying Around Day, of course, created in 2016 by a man who says, there's way too much stress in our everyday lives. We need at least one day to set aside our stress, our troubles, and our worries, and just relax and monkey around. So do that.
What are we doing here then? If
I'm all for that.
This is kind of monkeying around, I think, isn't it? It's nothing. This is nothing serious, that's for damn sure. We're just monkeying around here. And I almost forgot to tell you that it's also the birth date of Alwa Alzheimer.
Huh?
You almost forgot?
I almost forgot to tell you that. He was born in June 14th, 1864. I didn't realize, I guess never thought about it, that Alzheimer's disease was named after a person. Named after Mr. Alwa Alzheimer, a psychiatrist.
Let's see, Cicada Watch 2021, Cincinnati edition. It's a miracle. A plague has visited the red-eyed menace. They are dropping from the sky and now litter the ground. We are saved.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I guess so.
877-602-9696 is the number to call. If you got a mind to get in here and talk to us for a second.
Joe is on the phone.
Hey, Joe.
Joe.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. What can we do for you?
I'm just calling, first time calling since I've ever listened to you guys.
Oh, nice. How long have you listened, Joe?
Oh, I've listened since I was a wee lad.
Well, how long is that, Joe?
We don't know how old you are, Joe.
It's been over 10 years.
Nice.
So you've had 10 years to call us. And this
Yeah,
is,
and this is the first time.
well, I'm glad you did that. And did you do it just to do it?
Yeah, I did it just to do it.
Okay.
You know what we should do, Katie, and we haven't done it in a long time? We should give Joe a tote bag.
Would you like a Radio from Hell tote
Sweet.
bag, Joe?
I would love a radio from Hell Tote Bag.
Good, okay. It'll hold, like when you go to the library, which I'm sure you do all the time.
The light.
And you go to the library, and it's a good tote to carry your library books in. Okay, Joe.
Or
Hang
go
on.
grocery shopping with.
Yeah, you could.
groceries.
Well,
For that.
well, there is
For
that.
that.
Yeah, it's a big bag.
Yeah. Hang on the line, Joe, and we'll get
All
your
right.
tote bag. Okay. All right.
I like to
All right,
reward,
sounds
you
good.
know, people that first time caller, long time listener. I like to reward that.
And of course, you know, it's absolutely true that this person is in fact a first-time caller, long-time listener, and there's no way to dispute that fact. So
Why would we?
I believed that about Joe. I
I
believed
don't.
he
I
was
don't know why
first-time caller.
we would doubt Joe's word.
if someone else were to call in, you'd be able to tell whether they
Oh yeah, I can totally tell.
on the up and up or not.
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, I know.
I'm
I
not-
could tell. I can
You
tell.
could tell.
Sure.
Well, yeah. I guess you have special
I can
powers.
spot him a mile away.
So 877-602-9696. Call and let's see. Claim to be a first-time caller.
I can
Long-time
tell 'em
listener.
apart.
Now, there are those people who are long-time callers and first-time listeners. That's pretty
They just call her.
that's pretty unusual.
I've never listened to your show, but I call it all the time.
I don't like it. Calling to tell you you're awful. I don't listen. No, I.
No, hate it. You can do that if you want.
Sure.
You know, as I'm, see now I'm looking at x96.com/live, and I'm looking into Gina's room there, because we're all at home. We're all broadcasting from our homes,
Shh, don't tell.
and she's got the Salt Lake City flag back there.
Mm-hmm.
And as I see it lying on a bed like that, laying
Yeah.
stretched out on a bed
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
it looks like something my mother made. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
maybe
yeah,
it
look-
looks different up on a pole.
It does.
You know, but
I just can't. I
it
mean,
doesn't look better on a pole. It just looks different.
You shut up. I don't know quite how to hang it back.
have
there
a
so
have
you
a
can
young
see
person
it.
do it for you.
No, I just don't know if you'll be able to see it. I want you to be able to see it. I don't know if you can see it if I.
How
hang
big
on
is
the-
it? I can't tell how
It's
big it
huge.
is.
It's really big.
And how much are they charging for that thing?
Yeah, how much was that thing?
$20.
That's not bad. You can see through it. So what's that? So what's that blotch there? Is that a?
That's a seagull lily. That is the state flower.
okay.
I'll have you know.
Okay.
And then the white is for salt and snow, and then the blue is like for the lake of Salt Lake City. It makes sense. I like it.
It makes sense if you have someone standing there like you, Gina, to point that out, and because if you just look at it, it doesn't say that.
You mean you can look at any flag and you can just tell what it is?
Well, I'm not any flag, but I think there are a lot of flags that you can look at and go, I kind of have a sense of what they may be about. Like the flag of Mexico, that's a great flag.
What is it? What?
There's an eagle on it that's like grabbing a rattlesnake. You know.
So you wish we had more predators on our...
No, I wish we had a more militaristic flag for Salt Lake.
We do have someone on the line, but we're out of time. Terribly
Oh,
sorry.
come on. What? Just quickly. No?
we
Can't do it.
just
All
can't.
right.
Sorry. Traffic,
Sorry.
please, Gina.
Because we do have that to tell you about. Utah Highway Patrol is working to move vehicles to the right lane and shoulder on southbound I-15 just after the I-84 split in Riverdale. Traffic is backed all the way to 26th Street in Ogden. Traffic lights are flashing red all directions, 5th South, 2nd West in Bountiful. Treat that as a four-way stop. And what are you seeing? You need to tell us by texting it, only if it's safe for you to do that, though, 33986. Be prepared for your day. Watch 2 News this morning on KUTV2 from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
All right, 6:31. Let's get to big boy news and opinioendo and very important sports coming up, all in the same break.
It's the birthday edition.
Yes, stand by. Snowbird.com/jobs, I think, is the website.
Yeah, you want to work in a great place, Snowbird, in the summer and the winter. But they're recruiting all kinds of people to work at Snowbird right now. So if you're interested in that, you go to snowbird.com/jobs. You get a lot of perks if you work at Snowbird, right, Gina?
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Half-price food, discounts for equipment, clothing, free skiing and snowboarding, not just for you, but for your friends and family, too. Free skiing, riding lessons, free transportation, all that, plus all of your benefits that, like medical, dental, vision, all that
Wait a
kind
minute.
of stuff.
They have dental?
They have dental. 401k matching.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So if you want to work in a great place, Snowbird is the place. Snowbird.com/jobs. You know, there are many people who've worked at Snowbird for years and years and years. They need lots of people for the summer and going into the fall for Oktoberfest. So go to snowbird.com/jobs.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Well, we've taken Pierce Bronson also in that same deal.
The former 007.
Yep.
Did you see that movie he was in, by the way, ever, The Matador?
No, I wanted to see that.
You've got to see it. It's great. He's great in that.
I got to get that one in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
And how was he?
Honey, write that down.
He was very nice.
Okay. What am I writing down?
Anyway, sorry.
Oh, you're sweetheart.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was great, too. Very nice guy. Like him a lot.
Okay,
so.
how about a horror
I was going to
story?
say, we're getting some nice guys.
Well,
Who's the
we've
worst?
taken Paris Hilton.
I knew you were going to say
Did
Paris
you really?
Hilton.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say
This
that.
last Sundance, we had Paris for 4 days.
That's hot.
And how was that?
You know, Paris is a very unique girl.
He's so nice. He is so nice, isn't he?
How is she unique?
Well, she's got a style of her own, that's for sure.
As I pull out the nice
everything.
guy, nice guy to carry
It
translation.
depends. I mean, are we
dictionary.
talking drunk or sober?
You know,
Did you ever see her sober?
No, actually. Maybe once in the morning. I can't be certain, though.
So she was a treat to carry around, was
yeah, my neighbor's jealous. He loves her, but you gotta meet her. You gotta meet her, I guess.
she? Get the full effect.
Yeah. So
You cleaned the limo after that, I hope. You don't want.
we've got a full detailer.
Excellent. Yes.
And any other quick little horror story about anybody?
No, not really. I mean, most of the celebs are pretty good.
Really nice.
They're some of them can be a little high maintenance, but for the most part, they're really generous. They're nice. Keep to themselves. They don't make a lot of trouble.
It's what you would expect, really. I mean, they just want a nice, quiet ride, and thank you very much.
Now, what about the folks you've been giving rides to in Garland? Have they been high maintenance?
Oh, no, not at all. Just around the block.
Like Paris Hilton? Mac, he wasn't any trouble?
Now the crowd keeps turning over here. Anybody here want to go on a limo ride? You want to go? Anybody?
That has not gone yet?
Yeah, we had a couple.
Wasn't one. Now, if it's only one guy, you got to collect some people and go with you.
Two? All right.
Just go around the.
These guys haven't gone.
Just go around the block. It's a treat.
96.3 FM, X96.
Mass. Spell it with me now. MASS.
And now we'll use it in some dialogue, starring as our two Utah friends, LeVar and LeGrand. Let's listen to the boys as they cut through Temple Square on their way to JB's for the breakfast buffet. Again, the word is Mass.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning for a breakfast buffet at JB's, ain't it, LeVar?
Any morning is a beautiful morning when breakfast is all you can eat for one low price and when your best bud is buying.
Oh, what a beautiful... Wait, what? I thought it was your turn to buy.
No. I bought the last breakfast we had together down to the Circle K, remember? The chocolate milk and the Hostess pies.
Oh, right. I guess it is my turn to buy. Whew, Temple Square sure ain't as busy today as it gets during the general conference, is it?
Oh, you said it.
But during conference, you sure can see that this church is the fastest growing religion in the world, huh? Of course, the Catholics are the biggest religion.
Catholics, Mass? There's more of them Islamics and Hare Krishnas than there are Catholics.
I meant Christian religions. You know what a Christian is, don't you, LeVar?
Well, of course I know, LeGrand. I myself am a White Angler Sexton Protestant. You know, a WASP.
A WASP, Mass. You're a Mormon like me.
Well, sure I am, but I'm also a WASP. Look. I like fishing for whitefish, hence I'm a white angler. I'm a hit with the ladies, you know, so that's a sexton. And I ain't paid my taxes in over 20 years. I'm a tax protestant, a WASP.
Tax protestant, Mass. You, my friend, are just too cheap to pay your tax.
Ow! Hey, what happened there, LeGrand? You okay?
I tripped on that crack in the sidewalk. I almost fell on my ass.
Okay, 638's Big Boy News and Opinioendo now brought to you by
Jiffy Lube Multicare. Get services on brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. That's a job for Jiffy. Visit JiffyLubeUtah.com for discount services and locations.
Just took one of our cars to Jiffy Lube the other day.
Did you now?
So on Saturday. Yeah. This is shocking to me. I thought that Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton were married.
No.
No, they've just been shacking up, apparently.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
No. Here's
Scandalous.
the problem. Gwen is a good Catholic girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And in order to get married to Blake, now this hasn't come out in the news. I'm Catholic behind the scenes in here.
Mm-hmm. Gina's a Catholic insider.
She needs to get an annulment from Gavin Rossdale, which is such a weird thing because what the annulment is it pretends that never happened. Now she has children and
that marriage was never consummated.
Never happened. That marriage never happened. And you have to apply for that. And it goes before a review board and all that. So that takes time.
Or you could just get married to Blake Shelton.
But it wouldn't count. She wants it to count. That's the thing.
That's what she's saying anyway. I think she's keeping her options open.
Yeah.
I don't.
She can do better.
I have no idea But they were spotted out and about on Saturday in Santa Monica, California, with the former No Doubt frontwoman's 7-year-old son, Apollo. However, all eyes were on the sparkling band that she wore on the same finger as her engagement ring.
What?
The outing came a day after Stefani posted a photo with a wedding gift. She's getting married on Instagram.
Finally.
So apparently, I guess the Pope said it was okay.
I guess finally, yeah. They had a pandemic backup of annulments they had to get to.
Tragedy, one of a kind and original. He will be missed by a few people. Most people, I don't think, besides Carrie and I, know who this guy is. Golden Delicious has passed.
Oh, yes, tragedy.
I thought Golden Delicious had passed a long time ago, but there was an obituary in the Salt Lake Tribune that reads at the beginning, Golden Delicious, the mellifluous Pied Piper of Frivolence, has signed off. On Friday, May 14th, our dear friend Donald Packard, Golden Delicious, passed away at the age of 94. And it goes on to enumerate his many, many talents as a dancer, an actor, a writer, a musician, an entrepreneur, and a radio star, which is where Carrie and I know him from. Mm-hmm. He used to do overnights on KTKK, talk radio.
No, it's my fault. It's my inability to be tolerant. I am intolerant. I know it. I admit it, I accept it, and I accept the onus that goes along with intolericity. Intolericity. There is a word you may never have to use a second or third time or a first time. Okay, let me make a note here to do the Dow Jones when the time comes. This is Donald Packard. I'm sitting in for Martin Davis. I know you know this isn't Martin Davis.
He was amazing.
It's not difficult to tell that we share the same language, but we speak it differently. If you would like to call in, I'd love to hear from you. All the lines are suddenly free.
All the lines
Do you
are
remember
suddenly...
a jingle that you grew up with that you don't have any reason to remember, but you remember?
So I listened and I sent this to Carrie. He goes on, the minute after he says that, all the lines are suddenly free. The lines just fill up, and people call in to talk to him. The obituary ends with, Donald endured a lifelong struggle with mental illness. Should you wish to honor his life, please consider making a donation to an organization that helps those with similar problems. And if you have memories about Donald, please send them to golden.delicious@gmail.com. Rest easy, dear friend. We love and miss you.
Nice.
He was just, I didn't listen to him a lot, but when I would be driving late at night or something and happen upon, it was always just kind of strange and amazing because he just did this stream of consciousness, sort of
disjointed.
Yeah. But he was great.
Yeah.
COVID. How about a COVID alarm?
Alarm
that can smell if someone in a room is infected.
Dogs.
A ceiling-mounted device. Apparently, a team of scientists have developed a COVID sensor which could detect whether someone in a room is infected with the coronavirus in as little as 15 minutes. The technology could provide an affordable way to screen large numbers of people in spaces including aircraft cabins, care homes, classrooms, and offices. The device, created by a Cambridgeshire-based firm RoboScientific, uses sensors that can detect a distinct smell which results from chemical changes to the skin or in the breath of COVID-infected people.
It seems to me like you could train dogs to do it faster than 15 minutes.
They have, I think, tried that, and it's been fairly successful. Dogs can sense it as well. But there you go. You have your COVID alarm will go off, and if you want to get a free taco, get vaccinated. Well, wait, this is only in California. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
We were doing that here, though.
Taco Bell was offering a free. They're offering a free taco if you get your vaccination. Here in Utah, coronavirus, 194 new cases reported yesterday for a statewide total of 409,588. No new deaths reported. That's good news. And that number 194 is it's down there. It's gone down. There are 149 people currently hospitalized with COVID-19. A big fire in Sugar House, apparently, and it burned down an office building there. A firefighter was injured, and 6 people have been displaced from a nearby apartment complex where a fire destroyed an office building in the Sugar House area. It was on Ashford, I think, is the name.
Ashton.
Ashton, yeah. I didn't really recognize the building from the pictures I saw, but apparently it was a building that was an older building, a building that people consider historic in the Sugar House area.
Oh, it's that one with all the shingles on it, right by Fairmont Park. It's kind of a weird-shaped building.
Yes, I know that one. It's right next to Fairmont Park and behind the 24-Hour Fitness, next to the liquor store.
Yep.
Huh. I'm not seeing it, but
it was an odd look. It actually looked like a fire hazard.
Yeah.
There were like cedar shingles all over the walls, and it's kind of shaped funky. And
I can't picture it. I'll have to see if I can find some photos of it, because it burned it down. It's not there.
Like totally.
Okay. It's gone, yeah. And apparently there were a whole bunch of small businesses that used it as an office space.
Interesting.
Let's see. So I don't know what is it that it's hot summer. What's going on? 2 people killed, at least 30 others wounded in a mass shooting overnight in 3 different states. Authorities said Saturday that there is a spike in U.S. gun violence. There was an attack in Austin, Texas. I believe in Chicago there was another gun. Now, fortunately, only 3 people are dead in all of those. But people just opening fire willy-nilly.
The American public have been given permission to be dicks in public, and now it's escalating even further.
Yeah, go kill people and be racist, and So, all right, that's
it's everywhere. All right, weather, traffic.
So we have a red flag warning in effect, excessive heat warning in effect. We are going to be 100 or above for the entire week. It's just hot, and there's nothing you can do about it. Go get you some popsicles. That'll help.
Ice cream novelties, eh?
Yeah. Well, make a run on those. Get you some of those root beer float creamies. Those are good.
I had a coconut popsicle.
Oh. Yeah, it's bad. Big O Tires sizzling summer sales. See, even Big O Tires is recognizing how hot it is. Now through June 26, buy 3, get 1 free on select Nitto, Mesa, and Aspen tires. Traffic, let's see, that incident up in Ogden has been cleared up, and that means we have smooth sailing. Unless you see something that needs to be mentioned, you can mention it via text, only if it's safe for you to do that, though. 33986 for a limited time. Get a professional AC or furnace tune-up for only $39 with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Call 801-264-HALE.
All right. Sports, very important sports now, brought to you by
Young Power Sports in Centerville, Utah's newest power sports dealer. Tri-City Performance is now Young Power Sports in Centerville, your Polaris and Victory motorcycle dealer. See inventory online at youngpowersports.com.
And now, it's time for very important sports with Mr. Amy Donaldson. Yes, it's Edward K. Brass, attorney at law, and we believe birthday boy. Is that correct, Mr. Brass?
Yeah, you believe correctly.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks.
We don't celebrate.
No?
No. And now, it's let's have some sports then, shall we, Mr. Brass?
We'll have some sports.
Yeah.
Because this is the authentic frontier gibberish edition of very important sports.
Yay.
For Pittsburgh listener Mauricio Paez, And the star of the Spanish language version of The Office in McAllen, Texas, Raul Montemayor. There are no Formula One races this weekend. Next up is the French Grand Prix on June 20th from Le Castellet, Bar, France. And speaking of France, the French Open. Barbara Krejcikova defeated Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in an all-communist final, 6-1, 0-6, 6-4. In the men's side, Novak Djokovic defeated Stefanos Tsitsipas, a Greek gentleman. Djokovic lost the first two sets, 6-7, 6-2, but won the last three. So it's 5 sets, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. 4 hours it took to do that.
Wow.
Temperature in the high 80s. Djokovic is on his way to a Grand Slam. He won the Australian Open in February. Next up is Wimbledon, then the U.S. Open.
Did you see him give his racket to that kid at the end of the match? Looked like a 12-year-old. It looked like a 12-year-old kid, and he walked when he won. Djokovic walked over to the sidelines, and the kid was there with his parents in the stands, and he gave the kid his racket, and the kid just went crazy. And reporters just said, "Why did you give that kid your racket?"
And he gave him a Coca-Cola.
He said he was. I could hear his voice in my ear throughout the entire 4 hours. He kept yelling at me, "Play to his backhand, play to his backhand, do this, do that." He said he was coaching me, so I gave him my racket.
Wow.
See, he should have been penalized for the coaching points.
Yeah.
And I think he's also trying to refurbish his image because he was a COVID denier.
Yeah.
He created a little mini tour last year.
That's right.
And everyone on it got COVID. He got COVID. His wife got COVID. And he's now opposed to immunizing other players. In football, in the European Championships, Denmark midfielder, late of Tottenham and now Inter Milan, 29 years old, Christian Eriksen, suffered a full cardiac arrest in a match versus Finland.
He just face planted. He just in the middle of the field
really
dropped.
Wow.
Yep. The doctor said he was dead. He said he was gone. He was revived by a defibrillator. He's going to be all right. But those guys are the fittest athletes in the world, and the notion that he had a heart attack is extremely frightening, and I suppose that he'll be checked over to see if he can continue to play. He's very good. The European Championships happen every 4 years. They were postponed from 2020. The leaders right now in the groups are Group A, Italy, Group B, Belgium. Belgium will win it all. Group C, Austria. Group D, England. Group E, Poland. And Group F, France. Also in football, Salt Lake Community College women were in the finals of the NCAA championships and lost 0-2 to Tyler, Texas. They went into that ranked second in the country. The Salt Lake Community College men from Taylorsville, Utah, I might point out, won the National Junior College Championship, defeating Iowa Western 2-1. That program is 5 years old. That's all it is. They've already won a national championship.
Wow.
I'm sure that they'll be investigated for getting so good so fast.
Yeah.
In the NBA, a Brooklyn Nets bodyguard intervened in an argument between Brooklyn's Kevin Durant and Milwaukee's P.J. Tucker, two graduates of the University of Texas, and bumped into this guy. He thought that he needed to protect his man. He's been banned from the rest of the playoffs.
Really?
On Saturday, the Clippers blasted the Jazz 132-106 in Los Angeles. The Clips outscored the Jazz by 15 in the fourth quarter. Donovan Mitchell had 30 points. Mike Conley's still out with a strained hamstring. The Jazz still lead the best-of-7 series 2-1.
I don't care. That's it. I'm done with them. I'm done with them.
Yeah. You and many other people, the bandwagon is much later today.
Yeah.
It's not being held down by as much weight as it was. In the NFL, a thorough search of the very important sports archives closet has failed to turn up a Tom Brady rookie card. Tim Tebow is in the Jacksonville Jaguars training camp as a tight end 6 years after his last NFL game as a quarterback. And Jerome Baker, a third-round draft choice from the Ohio State and the Miami Dolphins, his rookie contract's up. He signed an extension for $39 million. In the National Hockey League, the Stanley Cup semifinals are in the East. The Newark Islanders versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Islanders are up 1-0 in that series. And in the West, and I can't figure this part out, the Montreal Canadiens, who don't seem to be in the West, versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Isn't that?
That is odd.
The Knights will win it all. In Major League Baseball, in the AL East, it's Tampa Bay, Central, Chicago White Sox. West is Oakland. The National League East, the Mets. We'll come back to that in a moment. In the Central, it's Milwaukee. In the West, it's San Francisco Giants. A month ago, Very Important Sports predicted that the Mets would not be in first place on the 14th. So I pay my debts, break the deal, face the wheel. So meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really knocking the ball, knocking the home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town.
I didn't know you were a singer. That was just fabulous.
Ed lost a bet.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was beautiful. And that's with a nasty throw today. So finally this, happy birthday to radio legend Cousin Brad. And whose brain did you put in him? Abby? Normal. Yes, that's it. Abby Normal. So thanks, everybody. And happy birthday, Donald Trump. He's ruined my birthday permanently. So,
that's right.
Sorry.
Forget that. Happy birthday to you, Ed.
Love you, Ed.
Hey, thanks. All right,
thanks,
love
Ed.
you guys, too.
All right.
Have a
See
good
you
day.
later. You too.
Traffic, please, Gina.
That sucks that he has to share a birthday with Donald Trump.
I said anybody has to.
Sorry to Cousin and Ed for that. Not sorry to you folks, though. You got a good commute out there. Go get them. Everything looks like it's moving well. If you see something not moving well, though, and it's safe for you to text it into us, you can always do that at 33986.
All right. We will take a break. We will be back. We got round one of your boners and a lot more big boy news coming up. Stand by for all of that. KXRK Provo.
You gotta love Dad. Telling his...
Now, did you find the Mitt Romney?
I did find the Mitt Romney.
All right, let me just read to you briefly where he did this. It was during a surprise appearance at a dinner this week.
Did he pop out of a cake?
For Washington, D.C. radio and television reporters, his top 10 list of reasons why he dropped out of the race for the White House earlier this year.
Oh, now I found the David Letterman. Is this a different thing that you're talking
Romney. It says here Romney offered the David Letterman-style list, written with the help of several campaign advisors, at the Radio and Television Correspondents Annual Awards dinner Wednesday night. A video of the appearance is available on YouTube.
Now, see, I've got the David Letterman. I don't know if this is the same thing.
Why don't you do it, and I'll see if that's
I also
the same
have
thing.
the other one, too. So.
Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Well, here you have it. As topical as though torn from today's headline. Exactly right. Top 10 reasons Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race. Here we go, number 10. Harsh Midwest weather was murder on his split ends. Number 9.
Is that?
This is not the Mitt Romney one. This is Letterman's, but let's see which one is funnier.
Okay.
Wants to devote more time to his rap persona, P. Mitty. P. Mitty. Number 8, polls show public doesn't want a president who looks like a casino greeter.
That's good.
That's good.
Number 7, just couldn't compete with the Ron Paul juggernaut. Number 6.
That's funny.
Unveiling a new line of honey-roasted Rom Nuts. What? What? What?
Honey roasted Rom
Honey roasted Rom Nuts. I don't know what's the matter with the guy. Number 5, that bastard Zogby had it in for him. Number 4, apparently America's not ready for a white male president. Number 3.
That's good.
That's a good one.
Number 3. No, number 3, a writer suffering from mitt withdrawal. Number 2, there was that little problem of nobody voting for him. And The number one reason Mitt Romney dropped out of the presidential race, lost all of his money betting on the Patriots.
There you go.
So, I realize I haven't talked a lot about food on the trail, and I'll try to send you some pictures. I've actually taken some pictures of plates of food that I've been eating, but it's really interesting. All the places we stop at tea houses for food, and lunch and dinner, and generally we'll have hot black tea. And then you can order. There are a variety of things on the menu, and they're all kind of the same. You can get spaghetti with meat sauce, spaghetti with tomato sauce, spaghetti with a fried egg on top, and then there are also various local things that you can have. For instance, tonight I'm having Sherpa stew with vegetables. And if I want to, I could have Sherpa stew with vegetables and meat, and that would probably be buffalo meat. I decided I could have a steak. It's a buffalo steak. I'd have thought, I don't think I want a buffalo steak. So there are all kinds of things you can eat. And the service is really pretty good. It's not very crowded up here at this time of the year, and so the service is pretty fast, and they bring stuff out. But it's I don't know how to describe. It sounds like normal food, but it isn't. It has a really all of it has a very odd kind of twist to it. It's good. It's filling. But it all has this kind of, like I had a tuna sandwich today. I said, let me try a tuna sandwich and a bowl of soup. Well, the tuna sandwich was just a canned tuna on bread that had been heated up. And I don't think there was anything else on the bread. Just tuna and bread, and then it had been heated up. It was a little odd, but believe me, I ate it. And then one of my favorite things, though, is potato time with the Sherpa guys who are carrying our stuff. A great crew of guys carrying our stuff, and they all gather around and have potato time. There's a big plate of like red potatoes, so back home, small red potatoes, and they bake them up and they take them in their hands and they rub the skin off of them, and then they dip the potato in this kind of hot, spicy pepper. Chili pepper stuff. Really good. A hot potato, nothing like it at the end of 2 hours I walked up and up and up today. We'll tell you more about it coming up.
You know, that word can't possibly be groin. It has to be, it's growing.
All right, 7:04, and we got round one of your boners coming up. Big boy news on the way.
Mm-hmm. I know what one of the boners coming up is, and that reminds me of an experience I had over the weekend.
Okay.
So my daughter, who never lets me buy her anything, her phone finally got so bad
She
was
doesn't
unusable.
even eat. She doesn't.
No,
You can't buy me food.
No. She uses things until they're unusable anymore. And I said, we've got to go get you a new phone. So we go to, I won't say which store it is, but a cell provider store. And we got there right when they opened because because if you've ever been to one, you know that they just fill up with people and you're there for hours.
And there's a reason that they say the early bird gets the phone.
Exactly.
There's a reason for that.
So we got there. There's a very nice woman working behind the counter. She's being very helpful with us, helping find the right phone. And, we'll see if we can get you a deal on this. And then as we're talking, people start filing in, needing help. And I said to the woman, I said, do you have someone coming in to help you today? And she said, not only do I not have someone coming in to help me today, I am the only person that works here.
Wow.
I said, what do you mean? She said, I work open to close every day. We've hired people, and this is to go back to the staffing issues that everybody's having. We've hired people, and then they never show up. Because in order to keep getting your unemployment, you have to show that you're applying for jobs, and you have to accept jobs if they're offered to you. But then you don't show up, so they fire you. I said, what do you mean you're the only? She said, I'm the only person that works here. And there were like 4 other groups of people waiting. And, it takes some time to get a new phone and set it up and do all that. Now, some of the people that came in were very understanding and nice. It's great. I'm going to sit over here. I'm fine. You're doing the best you can.
There's air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good. And then there are people that are just dicks. It's not this poor woman's fault that
What did
she
they
is
do?
the only. I was in here yesterday, and you said you would do this, and you haven't done that, and I need my phone to work, and this isn't working, and I need you to help me, even though these people were here before me. You have to put me to the front. Like, before she even gets a word out, that people come in ready for a fight.
That's America today.
And storming out and throwing open the door. And this woman that worked at the store, she kept her cool. She was so polite. And I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I said, you get that all day? She
Was it just
said,
one
all
person?
day long.
Just
No,
one person that did it?
Multiple people.
Did you stand up for her?
Well, I just kept saying, I'm amazed at you. I will give you a review to your boss. I will whatever because she just kept her cool. She's like, I've been working retail a long time, and I realize that people. It's not about me, but I don't know how you do it. I mean, it's not her fault. She's the only person that works there, and they have to wait around. And people are horrible. Working retail and working customer service, I mean, even if you're having a bad day or you feel like you were treated poorly, it's not the person that works there's fault, or at least it usually isn't.
Social media and Orange 45 have given the entire nation permission to be this way.
There's no reason to. I get it. You don't want to wait there for a half an hour to get your phone fixed, but
get mad at the company who runs the phone store.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. I mean, I got the sense that even the company's like, we would love to have people working here, but no one will come work here.
You've got to figure
It's
out
a problem everywhere. It is a You go to restaurants. Tell me, people are listening. You're nodding in your cars. How many times do you go to a restaurant and there's a sign out front that says, "We're sorry, our service might take a little longer today. We are understaffed." It's everywhere.
Cement Dave says if a business offers an unemployed person a job who doesn't show up, they can be reported to Workforce Services and lose their unemployment benefit.
But here's the thing. Workforce Services is so overwhelmed
because they can't get enough people to work there.
No, I mean they will never get around to looking into that. They're beyond overwhelmed.
Well, there's that $7.25 minimum wage at work for you there.
You know, I used to hire. It is a big problem, but I remember when I was trying to hire minimum wage workers to work at the radio station years
Yeah.
ago, just to be. They would not. You'd say, okay, you're hired, and then they wouldn't show up. Or, okay, you're hired, and they come in and go, after the 2 hours, they go, I don't really like this, and leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is hard.
it's more of a problem now, but it's always been a problem. Especially when you're trying to hire just, entry level. I don't know. They're not.
But there's no reason to be rude to people.
No.
I get it. You're mad. You want your phone to work. And she told me about this one woman that came in and was super rude to her. Like, came behind the counter and was yelling at her.
Wow,
And
that's some privilege there.
yeah, and the reason I saw all this is because we were transferring my daughter's data to her phone. So she's like, hang out over here and we'll wait till it transfers. So I watched all these people interact with her, and that woman came in, yelled, came behind the counter and left. And she said that woman's phone works. We ordered her a new one and it's not here. It's not like she doesn't have a phone and I can't get a hold of it. She has a phone.
See, I would have been I would have been the wrong person maybe to be there, because I would have started standing up for her. Hang on, people.
It's
Hold
okay.
It.
She's
Hold
doing
it.
the best she can.
From our chat room, I'm a retail worker now. The dicks are out in full force. Yeah.
It's probably part of the reason people don't want to come back to those jobs. I was treated like crap before. Why do I want to go back and get treated? It's not even so much about what the pay is. I just don't want to get yelled at all day long.
When I find myself getting angry at somebody on the phone, you've called about a mix up on a bill and I find myself starting to get angry, I stop and I go, what? Sorry.
It's not their fault.
Sorry, it's not your fault. I realize this is not your fault. It's the crappy company you work for.
But we have to close the border because they're coming to take our jobs. Which is it? I don't understand.
I don't know. Just take a breath. And I talked to this girl about this a little bit. I don't know what's going on in that woman's life that she came behind the counter and yelled at you. Maybe she has horrible things. None of us know what anybody's dealing with at home. But we have also all dealt with horrible things in our personal life.
Yes.
You don't have to treat people like crap just because you are going through something yourself. Just try to be kind.
And I'm sure that those people are listening to our show right now.
I don't know. Maybe you think maybe you had an interaction with somebody over the weekend and you went, yeah, it wasn't that person's fault.
Yeah, I mean, really, dude, but just back off. Back off. I understand getting angry. I used to get really angry at people on the phone and not stop until one day I finally thought, wait a minute.
Yeah, Bill, it's not their fault that your insurance plan is crappy. That's not the person's fault.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not.
Geez, you go, okay,
Yeah, just take a minute. I get it. We're all stressed. We've all been through a lot, and sometimes it feels better to yell and pound your fist, but don't direct it at people just trying to help you.
Who would you direct it at? Direct it to us.
No.
You want to get angry? Get angry
I don't
with
care.
us.
Get angry with us.
Yeah.
All right, traffic, please, Gina.
Okay, yeah, and don't get angry out in traffic. That's not the place to do it either. And it looks like you're not doing it this morning. You're all playing by the rules. I have no accidents to tell you about. Now, if you see something that needs passing along, please. Oh, like this one, a tire in the middle lane causing some slowdowns between exits 5th South and 26th South and Bountiful on I-15. Thank you. That's a perfect thing to send in via text at 33986. This summer, downtown Salt Lake's Main Street will be closed to cars, open to pedestrians Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from noon on. Restaurants, bars, and shops will extend their service onto the sidewalk with music and art each night. Learn more at downtownslc.org/open streets.
All right.
Boners round 1 coming up. Here are the titles you should be considering. Number 1, please leave. Number 2, I'm multitasking. And number 3, girl, you need to get some pants on you.
Boners, round 1, big boy news, all coming up after these. Stand by. BigOTires.com for a location near you, and there is, of course, one near you.
Yeah, sizzling summer sale at Big O Tires. Sizzling. Buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of Mesa, Aspen, and Nitto tires.
Now you're planning your summer road trip. That's how we're all getting out and having fun this summer. And you want to stop by your locally owned and operated Big O for a free multi-point inspection before you head out.
Yeah, drive in to your local Big O. They'll check it out for you for free. Services include checking the pressure in all the tires, adjusting the pressure when necessary, all of that kind of stuff, and the multi-point inspection. But remember, buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of Mesa, Aspen, and Nitto tires. If you're anywhere in the downtown area, might I suggest the Big O Tire on 2nd East and South Temple. That's a good one. But again, they are everywhere. They are the team you trust. You can find a store near you by just going to bigotires.com.
Hello, I'm Kerry Jackson. And I'm Bill Allred. And we want to tell you about a brand new Radio from Hell product.
If you're a lonely guy,
Like us.
a lonely, hungry guy, then you'll want to rush out to your local supermarket. You know, the one where you never meet chicks, and buy Radio from Hell Lonely Man TV dinners.
Lonely Man TV dinners come with a special pop-up picture on the lid. Just put your Lonely Man spaghetti dinner in the microwave oven. Then, after 7 minutes, take it out, peel back the lid, and there's a full-color photo of TV's The Nanny, Fran Drescher.
This spaghetti is delicious, Fran.
I know! Don't you just love it?
You'll never have to eat alone again with Radio from Hell, Lonely Man TV dinners.
Try the soul food dinner, and you'll be dining with Tina Turner.
The ribs are mighty fine, Tina.
Have some more black-eyed peas, honey child.
Wow, it's just like she's really here.
Try all of the Radio from Hell Lonely Man TV dinners. There's Kung Pao Chicken with Connie Chung, the Mexican dinner with Rosie Perez, Wieners and Kraut with Claudia Schiffer, and the all-American Yankee pot roast dinner with Sandra Bullock.
And if you're watching your weight, try the Lonely Man Karen Carpenter dinner.
Gee, Karen, this carrot stick looks really good, but maybe you should have it. No, thanks. I ate yesterday.
You'll never eat alone again with Radio from Hell Lonely Man TV dinners in the frozen food section of your local supermarket.
Now available at Reams.
Let's go to, did you say Jennifer, Katie? Is that who that is? Jeffrey, sorry.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello.
What's up with you today?
So I just was rather interested with saying it was Hobbit Day, and it's like September 23rd. Oh, yeah, that is Bilbo and Frodo's birthday, isn't it? But the calendar is wrong. The Shire calendar is actually off by a few weeks from us, if you actually go into that.
I had no idea,
The
but thank
Shire
you.
calendar.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Shire calendar.
And I made a point of looking into this simply because I got into a habit of reading Hobbit and Lord of the Rings every year on what would be the anniversary of when Bilbo takes his adventure to the Lonely Mountain.
And when is that?
I want to say that would be April 25th Shire calendar, which is, I believe, something closer to April 15th.
Can I ask you, Jeffrey, do you have a girlfriend or a wife?
I do have a wife, actually.
Really?
We've been
Her
married
name is
a little over
Galadriel.
5 years, and we got together as a result of board game night.
That's
That
not
makes
surprising. That's not surprising.
I am glad you have each other.
Well, Jeffrey, thanks for being a friend of the program. It's wonderful to hear from you, and thanks for enlightening us about the Shire calendar.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you later. It's nice to have Jeffrey out there to get us that information.
That is handy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Carrie Jackson on Twitter at RFH Carrie. This is Radio from Hell on X96.
7:21 right now. And it is time for round one of your boner voting. Here we go. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. I say possibly because if it wins here, it's not boner of the day. Round 2 happens at 8:20. 3 more candidates. We get another winner there. We take both of the winners and we put them against each other. You will decide boner of the day with your vote at 9:20 this morning. That's when boner fight happens. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. Get comfortable. Here we go. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
And might I say, for all rounds of boner voting today, including boner fight, we have really good prizes to give to random boner voters.
What do we got?
Here's the first round. Couple of GA tickets to Fan X. X96 is proud to welcome Fan X Comic and Pop Culture Convention September 16th through the 18th. Tickets are 25% off until Father's Day at fanxsaltlake.com. Listen all week to Radio from Hell in the mornings and Corey in the middays to win tickets. Get an extra chance to win VIP tickets at x96.com.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Please leave. So there's the video. A white female customer at a Ross Dress for Less, I think it is, clothing store, going off on a racist tirade against a black female employee who's been identified as the manager of this particular Ross store. Now, it's unclear what made the woman so angry. But in the clip, the clip, the white woman can be seen yelling in the face of the black female employee near the entrance doors. The angry customer is not wearing a mask, although other customers appearing in the video are not wearing masks either. So maybe that, I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. Masks were not required, but the manager of the store was wearing a mask, the black female manager of the store. The white woman can be heard calling the manager a black bitch and a monkey.
Oh, jeez.
She also bizarrely describes the black employee as being racist.
No, that's a new thing, Bill.
Yeah.
That's the new thing. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not being racist. You're the one that's being racist.
You're a mother effing... Well, anyway, is what you are, the white customer yells. Please leave, the manager responds calmly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm leaving, all right, the white woman says. Please leave, I'm asking nicely, the Ross manager says. You're effing no good, you monkey, you... Yeah. Just goes on and on and on, and she does leave. The calm response appeared to frustrate the white woman even more. But yeah, she finally did leave the store. Boner candidate number 1, please leave. Here's boner candidate number 2. Well, I'm multitasking here. I'm just multitasking. People on TikTok are defending one groom who had something of a faux pas. I would say it was more than a faux pas.
I saw this, yeah.
Yeah, during his wedding day ceremony. Taylor Lauren posted a video on TikTok showing her husband's reaction to her walking down the aisle. Now, they're still married. It happened 4 years ago, apparently. In the video, captioned Husband of the Year, Lauren wrote, 4 years ago today, I walked down the aisle to marry the love of my life. It was one of the most important, emotional moments of our life, and my husband did the most romantic thing. He checked his phone.
Why do you go through with it at that point? If you're not going to pay attention then, you're never going to.
Everybody's here, Gina. Everybody's here, and the dinner has been paid for. While the words flash across the video, the groom smiles when he sees his bride coming down the aisle. However, after a few seconds, he pulls his phone out of his pocket and looks down at it.
Well, it took her so long to walk down that aisle, I had to distract myself.
Though there were some people who criticized the groom for looking at his phone instead of keeping his eyes on his bride, many commenters had some sympathy for the groom.
No sympathy. No. I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Here's the only thing I would say. Maybe he wrote his own vows.
Maybe.
And this is the only thing I will give him. If he wrote his own vows and they were on his phone and he was just looking over them one more time to make sure he didn't screw them up. That's the only pass I would give him.
Even then, I don't give that a pass. You do that
Somebody
before the
said
ceremony.
somebody said he might have been nervous, and it was just. But she turns the camera then to her husband, who was on his phone at that moment, and she says, "Babe, people want to know why you looked at your phone when I was walking down the aisle," and his comment was, "'Cause crypto never sleeps."
Even worse.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Boner candidate number 2. I'm multitasking. Wow. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Girl, you need to get some pants on you.
Boner candidate number 3 for round 1 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Moochie's. They'd like to thank their loyal customers for supporting their locally owned and operated business. Moochie's has been voted Best of Utah for over 17 years. Dine-in, delivery, and pickup available.
President Joe Biden meeting with Queen Elizabeth in the while in town for the G7 summit. She was very gracious, the president told reporters on Sunday at Heathrow Airport after he and First Lady Jill Biden held a private audience with the Queen. I'll probably catch heck for this, but she reminded me of my mother, he said.
Yeah, don't say that.
Well, he did. During their meeting, they discussed world leaders Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping, as well as life in the White House compared to Windsor. And I said, this is, we could fit the White House in the courtyard of this place that you live in. Mm-hmm. The president joked, adding that he extended the Queen an invitation to come to the White House. But he said, yeah, she kind of reminded me of my mother. Yeah.
She's not that old.
Yeah, she is. She's 100, I think, isn't she?
How old is the Queen? Gina, you're my royalty expert. She is 100?
She's in her 90s. She's not 100.
So she could have had Joe Biden at a very young, as a very young mother. And Utah and American Idol star David Archuleta.
Oh, yeah.
Has come out as gay or as a supporter of LGBTQ.
He's come out. Actually, what he's come out as is it's none of your business. But that's what he's come out. But he's on the spectrum. He doesn't want to talk about it.
He says, I've had similar feelings. Well, Archuleta, who was the American Idol runner-up in 2008, posted a lengthy statement on various social media outlets on Saturday. In it, he said he had come out to his family as gay in 2014, but since then he's realized his sexual identity has evolved. Mm-hmm. I had similar feelings for both genders, so maybe a spectrum of bisexual, he wrote. Then I also have learned I have too much sexual desire and urges as most people, which people call asexual, even when they don't experience sexual urges. So he's saying, I don't know, sex just doesn't interest me that much one way or the other. Mr. Archuleta is from Murray, and if you want, you can find his full statement. He wrote about it at length.
This is important because he is beloved in the LDS community. Yeah. He's one of their superstars.
He was beloved.
Well, he's still a big deal and for him to come out and say, we need to be accepting and understanding and loving. It's a big deal.
Two things that you want to be as far apart as possible. A slip and slide, you know what a slip and slide is, and explosive diarrhea. You don't want those two things. In the interest of keeping one away from the other, NBC has shut down production on Ultimate Slip and Slide, a summer game show featuring a water park full of giant versions of the backyard classic slide. It was going to be start on August 8th after the Olympics, but the Wrap broke the story that there had been an outbreak of explosive diarrhea among the cast and crew.
Oh,
and so, no, we can't have that on the slip and slide, can we? Let's see now. Here we go. The G7 summit. The world leaders attending. Now, these are the most prosperous nations in the world getting together, attending the Group of Seven summit on Sunday. They issued a new call for a study into the origins of COVID-19 after an initial report was deemed lacking because Beijing had refused to cooperate. So they have, the G7 has said, well, we think there needs to be a thorough investigation of all of that, and we would hope that the Chinese will participate. They won't, but, you know. There are lots of fires burning here in Utah. The fire at the, it's called the Bear Fire up in around Helper. It went better yesterday or Saturday because the winds had died down somewhat. We're seeing a decrease in wind, and that's really helping our firefighting efforts, said Adrian Freeman, a spokesperson for the Bear Fire. But triple-digit temperatures don't help at all. That fire is burning. They're trying to get it under control, and there are several others burning in the state as well. A man was shot and killed in downtown Salt Lake early Sunday. Officers heard gunshots around 1:30 in the morning. Near 125 West and 300 South, they discovered a 22-year-old man on the ground with gunshot wounds. The man received medical assistance at the scene, but later died from his injuries. Police are looking for the perpetrators, and apparently they have some idea who did it, and they're looking for whoever shot this guy. His name has not been released, at least at the time of this writing. Let's see, what else do we have here? I told you Governor Herbert got a new job, didn't I? Did I tell you that last week?
Yeah, I'm working for retail. Yeah,
outdoor gear company. That's right.
Sleeping bags and tents.
No, Gina, we don't call them sleeping bags. We call them fart sacks.
That's right.
It's the old fart sack.
It's true.
He would say that too.
He would.
I can hear.
He would.
Governor
That's right.
Herbert say that.
Governor Herbert keeping busy. He is on the board of directors of the Teton Sports Company, and it's an outdoor gear company based here in Utah. Let's see, one more. You want to know what the favorite candy is in the state of Utah? I don't know where they. I don't know where they come up with these things.
Maybe sales of this candy are highest.
I guess, but I find this one hard to believe. June is National Candy Month, and so they survey or find out what states buy the most candy. They say Utah is the 100 grand bar.
The $100,000 bar?
Yeah. I don't remember the last time I even saw that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I saw this too, and
I don't know.
That doesn't sound
seem
right.
likely. No, because others have like
I know what it is.
Hershey bar, Three Musketeers.
I think per capita there are more candy bar signs made in Utah than anywhere else, and that one of the candy bars that works the best.
Oh, you mean like the prom and to invite people to the prom.
I'm not kidding.
That's a good thought. Maybe true.
Because that works well on a candy bar sign.
But no, if that's the case, then it would be my almond joy if you went to prom.
Well, they do that up in Wyoming. Apparently, that's their favorite candy.
See.
Your mom is paying me $100,000 to ask you to prom.
See, it's
I don't. It's Butterfingers, Twix. You'd think one of those.
Where are the Reese's?
Read that back east. Let's see. I don't know what state that is by its shape.
I think Reese's was probably number one in all the states, and this list company said, "Well, we got to make this interesting. Let's take it down to the second."
Yeah, maybe
second place.
Rank choice candy bars.
All right, that's it.
All right. Sports or weather traffic, excuse me.
Brought to you by Big O Tires' sizzling summer sale now through June 26th. Buy 3, get 1 free on select Nitto, Mesa, and Aspen tires, and it is a sizzling summer this week. I hate to tell you, it's excessive heat warnings and red flag warnings because it's going to be a little breezy too, which means fire danger is high. So 102 today, 103 tomorrow. We're going to be breaking records all week long. Go get you a popsicle.
Now we're getting responses more. Keep going. I'm sorry. This is all coming in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh. I was just going to tell you that traffic looks good.
Okay.
No accidents to report, no slowages, no things in the road. What do you see? You can text it to us. 33986 is the text number, but make sure it's safe for you to do that. Send in whatever you're seeing, and I'll pass it along. Find your match at Strong Volkswagen, where the down payment matches the monthly payment. Plus, all new 2021 SUVs have 0% financing. Visit strongvw.com for details.
You do a candy bar topic, and everybody goes crazy. It says here it's easier to figure tithing on a $100,000 bar.
Oh, that's that's a point.
And Ed Brass says, no, it's Boston baked beans. That's the number one.
Ed, that's not a candy bar.
It's not a candy bar, but... And then we got a logical person saying about, a lot of those your state's favorites are based on Google Trend search data, so Utahns search that more than any other. So, nah.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Girl, you need to get some pants on you. Umatilla, Florida, a 21-year-old Florida woman, not Gina's son's wife.
No.
This is
absolutely not.
Be clear about this. A 21-year-old Florida woman who was naked from the waist down inside a Circle K store told a cop that another deputy had told her, "It's just fun to do this."
It's fun.
That's what I'm just talking to a cop just a minute ago. He said, "You can go into Circle K without no pants on." Responding to a 1:30 in the morning naked woman in public call, police found Kendall Mabry sans pants or underwear.
Oh, not even underwear.
No, she was.
Totally. All right.
Inside the convenience store in Umatilla, a city about 45 miles from Orlando. The Circle K clerk and a sheriff's deputy both reported seeing Ms. Marbury emerge from the store's bathroom with no pants on, no underwear on. When asked about the state of undress, Ms. Mabry said, "Well, another deputy told me it's fine to do this."
Really?
Police reported.
You better get your story straight, then, cops. It's not my fault.
Police reported that she smelled of alcohol and her speech was slurred. Additionally, the smell of marijuana was coming out of her vehicle. Her pants were found. So you would think maybe she went into the bathroom and she had an accident or something,
Sure.
No, her pants were found just fine in her car.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Boner candidate number 3. Girl, you need to get some pants on you.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, please leave. TikTok video that's been circulating showing a white woman's racist tirade against a black Ross Dress for Less store manager, calling her really horrible things, including a monkey. That's boner candidate number 1. Boner candidate number 2, I'm multitasking. It's a groom who was checking his phone while his bride was walking down the aisle. And boner candidate number 3, girl, you need to get some pants on you.
Okay. You've got to decide now, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst? Which one should go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day? Winning here does not make it Boner of the Day. This is just round 1. Round 2 comes up at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. We get another winner there. Then we take both winners and we put them against each other at 9:20 this morning. That's when you'll decide Boner of the Day with your vote. That's when Boner Fight happens, all right? So right now, pick one of these 3 to send forward to Boner Dome. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth in Salt Lake at 877-602-9696. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting June 14, 2021, and vote there. Refresh your browser. If you don't see that box, you'll see it. This is round 1. You have until the end of these messages. Go.
Gina, most people, when you go to a party, and someone turns on the TV, the party goes from within about 15 minutes to everybody staring blankly at the television
That's true.
and not talking to each other.
That is true.
So it'll be a good thing to do at the party.
Yeah.
The point of the party, if you're having a TV party, then yeah, turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't.
Yeah.
Is that why your parties don't work?
I don't
Gina?
know.
Could that
I'm not
be it?
good at having parties.
When's the last time you gave a party?
I don't know. What counts as a party? Is having people over a party? Or do you have to have, like, a celebration of something?
No, I think if you invite people over, it's a party. Even if it's a family dinner, it's a family dinner party.
Oh, then we have those all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
And the TV goes on.
No.
After dinner?
No. No TV.
During dinner?
No. Music.
Oh.
That's it. No TV.
I love people who watch TV during dinner and have TVs in their kitchens and stuff. That's just really odd,
Just says,
I think.
we don't want to talk to each
Yeah.
other ever for any reason.
Yeah, it's just really strange. I knew a family who had a small TV on their dinner table, and they would eat dinner and watch television.
Sitting on the table.
Yeah, sitting on the corner of the dinner table, a small television, and it was on when they ate dinner.
So they never talked to each
No,
other.
not much.
Maybe that kept the fights down.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Now, when we watch TV and eat at the same time, it's because usually we don't have the time to do them both proper.
So then do you take
we
the
have to
food to the
combine.
couch?
Yeah. Take the food downstairs.
When I first met my wife, I was not adverse to doing that. I was also not adverse to having a television in the bedroom, and she was against both of those things. And so we have not done them in, I haven't done them in years,
Mhm.
and now I can't imagine doing it.
Even
I
having a TV in your bedroom?
No, God, no. No TV in the bedroom.
Why?
Especially not in the bedroom.
Why especially not in the bedroom?
Because
You don't like to get under the covers and...
Because it's useless. For me, it's useless. If I had a TV in the bedroom, I mean, when I go in the bedroom and get in the bed, you know what I do? Bonk, sleep. Within 2 minutes, I'm out. And if there was a TV in the bedroom, I would be out within 30 seconds. I mean, it would serve no use. It would just serve absolutely no purpose to me to have a TV in the bedroom.
Got to have a TV in the bedroom.
Do you always watch TV before you go to bed?
No. No, it gets turned on maybe once a week.
But you got to have it.
But you got to have it. Those Saturday mornings when you wake up and you're not going anywhere and you're just kind of lying there, you're like, oh, let's see what's on.
Yeah.
That'd be
Let's
nice.
watch little cartoons.
See,
That would be nice.
You know what you need?
You know.
You need what we have is like a cabinet that you can just totally
Yeah.
shut it off.
That's
so
what
if-
we have.
So you can
Well, and then
pretend
there's
there's no TV in there until you really
the other
want
reason
one.
you need the TV in the bedroom is, well, the porn. But that's
Well, yeah,
another subject altogether that
They have porn on TV?
Sure.
You can put the porn on TV.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You control the vertical. You control the horizontal.
No, the porn controls the vertical.
was waiting for her to say in this lamp and this.
No,
No?
She just out now says the DVD copy of The Jerk.
I love that. Thank you.
It's a show
This
I'm late.
thing, one of these things.
I'm late to the party on this show, Difficult People, on Hulu. Very funny. All right, let's award round one of your boners.
And that's brought to you in part by pinto bean and corn salad.
Ooh, nice.
And Father's Day is right around the corner. Make your dad proud this year. Get him and yourself the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 groin trim. It's a groin trimmer.
Groin, not growing.
No, groin trimmer.
This can't possibly mean groin. It's got to
well,
be.
My question is, what is a growing trimmer?
It must be growing.
20% off and free shipping with the code X96 at manscaped.com.
So we had boner candidate number one. Please leave the racist tirade against the manager, black woman who was the manager of a Ross Dress for Less somewhere. I don't know exactly what location. But it was just ugly, mean, awful.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody captured it on and put it on TikTok. It was dreadful, just dreadful. Boner candidate number two, I'm multitasking. It's a guy who is getting married. He's standing there. His bride is walking down the aisle, and he looks at her and makes eye contact for a second and smiles, and then he starts looking at his phone while she's walking up to the altar. And then boner candidate number three, girl, you need to get some pants on you. A woman in Florida, naked from the waist down, in a Circle K store. She said to the police officer, another cop told me it was just fine if I wanted to shop at the Circle K with no pants on. You would Randy won some Fan X tickets, and you would think that not a single vote would go to the other candidates. But they did.
Cool.
Wow.
It was more of a fight than we anticipated.
Yeah, number two, the multitasking groom got a fair amount of votes, and even at least 20 votes for girl, you got to get some pants on you. But the ultimate winner with over 100 votes, boner candidate number one, please leave.
That's your winner of round one. It now goes forward to boner fight. Might be boner of the day. Round two happens at 8:20 with three more candidates. We get another winner there. And we'll take both winners and put them against each other at 9:20 this morning. That's when boner fight happens. That's when you will decide boner of the day. Mm-hmm.
I went to a funeral on Saturday, and it was for a relative of my wife's, and it's just lovely people. And I go to and I've been to a lot of these funerals, and I go to just show family support, and I like the people. I like the people, and I miss them when they go.
Sure.
But so many people are getting older in her family, so a lot of funerals, and they're Mormon funerals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Carrie can relate to this. No. They're always exactly the same. You go to the chapel. There's an opening prayer. Then somebody comes up and reads the obituary. And then the bishop comes up, and you have a program, by the way. They give you a program. So the bishop comes up and tells you what's coming up, even though you have the program.
Yep.
Next, we'll be favored by this, and then we'll have this, and then we'll have that, and then finally we will have a closing prayer offered by so and so. And so that happened. If you got your
this is my mom's.
Your mom's funeral.
Yeah.
And then they have the closing prayer. But it's always just exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of things about it confuse me. First of all, why does the bishop have to tell you, here's what's coming, and next we'll be favored by, and then this and that?
Mm-hmm.
You got a program. You could just, but then it's all, how do I put this? So there are always musical numbers.
Sure.
And sometimes they're really pretty good, and they're good singers. They're good, and they come and perform things.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they get done, my impulse is to go, yeah, but no, it's got to be dead silent.
Mm-hmm.
And then and it's usually there were I don't think there were any kids at this funeral, so it was really quiet all the time. And so I thought it was odd that somebody made the observation that funerals here in the Mormon Church are meant to be joyous occasions. Well, they sure don't come across that way.
No.
You know, it was a joyous occasion.
Well, that's
Charles's
got me,
funeral.
Yeah, so that got me thinking. My wife said, "What do you want for your funeral?" And because I'm planning it now.
Stop.
And I said, I don't know. I guess just a casual party, a party with you have you invite, you don't invite the world, but I mean anybody who's had some association with me over the years, you invite them, and if they show up, they show up. Tell them there'll be food and booze, and they'll show up. But give them have a little bar there of just wine and beer, and at Sister Dottie's, Charles Lynn Frost did this, and food.
Charles planned his own funeral. He said, I want this prosecco served. I want these hors d'oeuvres. They had people walking around with hors d'oeuvre trays.
Now we didn't stay around for the Gina and I did not stay around for the funeral part of Charles, but service. But I would also just say then there's an open mic. It's just anybody want to say anything. That's fine. Just and have you guys ever given any thought to that? Anything you would want to do? But again, funerals are for the living, not for the dead.
That's what I was going to say. It's not. It's whatever my family needs, and would help them. That's what I want it to be. It's not for me. I'm not.
That's
going to
be full Catholic then, isn't it?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but I just, I said to my wife, "Is that okay? Would you?" And she said, "Yeah, that's fine."
The best funerals I've ever been to are the ones that are more like a party. They're more like a celebration.
And that's what I would want.
They're not the dour, somber. They're where people are telling stories. Although the open mic thing is dangerous. Because no, I'm serious.
No, you're right.
So my Daddy Gary, my stepdad, when his father passed away, this was several years ago. Most people had a complicated relationship with him, and the person that was running the funeral at one point said, "Okay, now we're the open mic, and we're going to invite anybody to come up and say some words." And nobody's going up, and nobody's going up. But then Daddy Gary, who had a very complicated relationship with his father.
In other words, it was really awful and they hated each other.
Felt bad for his mom, who was sitting there going, is no one going to get up and say anything? And he got up and said, I had a complicated relationship with my father. And he tried to find
each other.
He tried, but he was doing it for his mom. He was like, I can't have my mom sit here and think nobody's going to get up. So I don't know if the open mic thing is.
Well, I think it's fine.
Well, then, Gina, I'm convinced that you haven't seen the series finale of Hacks. Then.
Oh, okay.
So, just speaking of. So I said to my wife too, have an urn there with my ashes, and she said, "No, that's not possible." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, I won't have your ashes. The university's got your body, remember?"
Oh,
and I
that's
went,
right. There'll be a service because she won't get your ashes for a long time.
Yeah, or you don't even have to get them if you don't want. You could. They'll just the university medical center will just.
I think, Bill, we should have that photo of you where you're flipping off the camera.
Yeah, okay.
I think we should have that because we have that blown up one. It's at your desk.
Yeah.
So we should put that on an easel if your wife's okay with it.
So this segues into I don't need to talk a lot about Pringles, but I heard this over the weekend, and I checked to find out if it was true, and it is true The man who invented Pringles, God bless him, what a genius. The man who he worked on them tirelessly for, I think Procter & Gamble owned it, and he worked on them tirelessly, and when he died, he said, told his family, I would like my ashes to be put in a Pringles can.
Of course.
Yeah, and his sons, Sour Cream and Onion, did, in fact, put some of his ashes in a Pringles can. I think I had to go to the convenience store and buy a can, and which one? Now these I had were cheese Pringles.
We could split up the ashes among family members and just get the small Pringles cans.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that nice?
Nice.
Yeah.
Traffic, please, Gina.
A rollover crash southbound I-15 approaching Riverdale Road in Weber County. That's causing some slowage through there. 2 left lanes are closed now. And let's see, I'm seeing a little bit of slowage northbound I-15 through Sandy, but I don't have a accident reported there, so maybe it's just some morning slowage. But if you see something or you know what the trouble is, you can text it to us, 33986, and I will pass it along.
All right. We will take a break. We will be back talking about TV with Bill Frost. After these, he's going to tell us what's on TV this week, so stand by for that. KXRK Provo.
Was such a slug this weekend.
Sometimes you need a sluggy weekend.
Good for you.
I didn't think.
Good for you.
How do you turn that off?
Alcohol.
Genius switch. How do you turn that
Alcohol.
off?
Alcohol.
What kind? What was your alcohol of choice this weekend?
Anything I could get. Whatever was handed to me, whatever was handy. It didn't matter.
It didn't matter?
No, didn't matter.
You weren't discriminating about? No.
Why?
I'll take some of that, sure.
Is it good wine? It's good enough.
Yeah. I'll have some of that. You bet.
And you were just handed things?
Went out to dinner.
That's the way it should be.
Went out to dinner on Valentine's Day.
You did? You did that going out on Valentine's?
Yeah.
That's brave.
Yep. Had a nice dinner at Copper Onion, and pork belly should be one of the major food groups.
I agree.
It really should be.
What was the pork belly on, or was it?
No, it was just pork belly.
It was just out there being pork belly.
Pork belly with some cherries and some Brussels sprouts and turnips. Just kind of as a little
side
starter,
dish,
a little starter to the evening, and then
nice.
Man,
did you take in your surroundings? Did you look at the other people that chose to go out on Valentine's Day?
I did.
How in love they are.
I
or
did.
Not?
There was. It was. It was very busy. Copper Onion was very busy. I assume all the restaurants were very busy on Saturday. Did you go out on Saturday?
No.
So the restaurant was very busy. To the table to our left, 2 guys out on a Valentine's date.
Guys?
And then a table across from us, a guy and 2 girls. And they kept they were quite annoying. Because the guy kept hanging a spoon on his nose. You know how you do? You take a spoon and
little kid.
Yeah, and you hang it off the edge of your nose, or he would put it across his nose, and then he would insist on one of the girls taking a picture of him. And this kept going on, and then the spoon would slip off, and then he would just laugh uproariously.
Were these 12-year-olds?
And they thought it was funny too.
No one's ever done this before.
And it kind of went on, seemed to go on and on and on and on. And then they had the waiter take a picture of the 3 of them together.
Can you believe this?
It was just.
This has never happened.
And I kept trying to think, now, what kind of a Valentine's date is this?
Threesome date?
I guess. He was,
polygamy date?
Maybe he was paying for them.
That could be.
Could have been
that would explain why they were laughing at the spoon show.
Yeah, the spoon
on
the nose.
They were
hilarious.
paid.
Hilarious. Spoon on the nose. Man, this is good. Good stuff. good stuff. And those were the only. But mostly I was just fixated on my sweetheart sitting across the table from me as we enjoyed a delicious meal.
I'm glad you did.
Okay. I think this is a sponsored feature, right, Gina?
It is. Don't settle for lame TV and slow internet. Let CableTV.com guide you to the best cable, satellite streaming, and internet services near you. Visit CableTV.com today.
Well, here he is, Mr. William Frost, Bill Frost, that is. He's a writer, writes for Slug Magazine. Content Shifter is the name of that column. He is also a podcaster, does TV 10 is the name of the podcast, and he's in a band or two, including Magda Vega. And where can people find all of your collected writings, Mr. Frost?
At billfrost.tv.
Okay.
All right.
What have we?
What's on this week?
Some kind of a busy week for summer here. Starting tomorrow, the new seasons of a series I think we've talked about before on Netflix, Workin' Moms. It's from Canada.
Oh, good.
This is created by and starring Catherine Reitman, daughter of Ivan of Ghostbusters fame.
Mm-hmm.
And very funny series about working moms in Canada. You don't really notice it's a Canadian show. Every once in a while they'll mention they're in Toronto, but it doesn't come up much.
It's very funny.
It's not overtly Canadian. Yeah. And this is for Carrie and me, and maybe only us. The Blacklist moves to Wednesdays because of the Olympics.
It's for me, you, and our parents.
Probably, yeah. But this week, big secrets will be revealed. We keep hearing that. I think every season. This is season 25 now, and we keep hearing that the big secret's going to be revealed about Raymond Reddington. And
the big secret is where Red gets his hats made. That's where the secret is.
It's a good collection. Very good. And another really funny series, season 2 premieres on FXX. That's the one with 2 X's.
Yeah.
Don't get the right one. Dave. This is Dave, D-A-V-E. This is about the white Jewish 20-something rapper Dave, also known as Lil Dicky, and this is about his rise to become the next Kanye West, which he sincerely believes. And I thought this looked terrible upon first look last year. Then it grew on me. It's very funny.
Okay.
And he's got some serious rap skills as well.
Okay.
And that'll be next day on Hulu. On Thursday, Netflix, Black Summer. This has been away for 2 years. It's a zombie apocalypse show. and starring Jamie King, and it's pretty well done. It's I believe it's from the same people who did Z Nation, but it's serious. It's not a comedy.
Oh, okay.
And it's pretty well done. And this is my WTF, why is this happening moment of the week. Paramount Plus on Thursday is rebooting iCarly from
There are
10
people that
years
will
ago.
be excited about this.
all the gang's all back. And also on Thursday, season 3 of the only network game show worth mentioning, Holy Moly.
Yay!
Okay.
Rob Riggle and the other guy.
Extreme miniature golf.
It's ridiculous, but it's great. And on Friday, you've probably seen some promos for this on Apple TV Plus. Physical, starring Rose Byrne. This is set in the early 80s in San Diego, and she plays a directionless housewife of a politician. And one day she stumbles across an aerobics class in the mall and becomes hooked, and eventually starts her own business and becomes a videotape VHS empire teaching aerobics.
Okay.
Sort of the Jane Fonda story, kind of.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
And going all the way to Sunday, someone's been waiting for this. I go back and forth on this show mostly because of its fans. Rick and Morty season 5.
Yay!
On Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
And you might remember maybe a year and a half ago or longer, Evil from CBS, starring Mike Coulter of Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a CBS show. Also, Asif Manvi is in here. It's basically Satanic X-Files, kind of. Also, Michael Emerson from Lost.
It was
no
sort of
longer on
good.
CBS. Yeah, it is really good. It is no longer on CBS. It has moved to Paramount Plus.
Interesting.
Will it change it in any way?
No, because not this season anyway, because it was already produced for CBS, and then they made the decision. It's like, no, we're going to put it over here on the streaming thing.
Okay. I'll look for it.
And also premiering on Sunday, a very high concept new series from AMC. Kevin Can F Himself.
Yes, looking forward to this.
Annie Murphy from Schitt's Creek is in this,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and it's about on the surface, it's about a schlubby dude and hot wife sitcom thing. It takes place within the realm of a sitcom with a laugh track and everything. And every once in a while, she has a break, and all of a sudden she's in reality. And it's like, how the hell do I get out of this sitcom hell?
Interesting.
Does it work? Have you seen any of it?
I have, and it does work. Yeah, I don't know how many seasons you could get out of this.
It sounds limited,
but I'm sure it seems like you can get at least one really good season out of it. But I don't know where you go from there. And that's it for the new stuff I would recommend this week.
All right.
Yeah, I was wondering about that series. Kevin Can F Himself. It looks high concept, and you think, well, that's really taking a risk, but maybe it does work.
Yeah, maybe it'd work better as a movie. We don't know. We'll find out.
So I finished Sweet Tooth, which is still, in my opinion, some of the best comic book TV stuff happening right now. But I was a little angry because, boy, they really cliffhangered us.
Well, that means you'll be excited for the next season that they have to do now.
And I don't know if they are. I'm
They
hoping
will.
they will. I'm hoping.
I think it's been a pretty big hit for
But
them.
also, everybody's talking about this, and I finally watched it, and they are right. Bo Burnham's Inside.
Okay, now I need to ask you, because I've thought about watching this, but does he just sing the whole time? Is it like a musical?
It's a lot of songs, but it's also some talking as well.
It's worth it.
Where do you find that?
Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
quite
recommend it though?
enjoyable.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And you'll be hearing about it tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe there'll be just enough drops from it tomorrow that you won't need to watch it. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Can you just get all the non-musical parts for Gina?
No, I like Bo Burnham, but when I've seen this, I'm like, if the whole thing is music, that might be too much for me. So.
Well, it's about 3/4 of it is music,
Yeah.
but there's also talking. All right. Well,
There are
anyway.
too many shows. I start watching stuff and then I forget that I'm watching it because I'm watching. Then I start watching something else. Then I go, wait a minute, I haven't watched this show for weeks.
I did the same thing with the recent season of Lucifer. I got 3/4 of the way through and then I got distracted. Now I got to go back and finish it.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Bill
Thank you, Bill.
Frost.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks.
Traffic, please, Gina.
Friend of the program says, "Don't worry, I'm a passenger." Texting this accident I-15 northbound by the interchange right before 54 South, right after you get onto 72nd. Just happened. No emergency vehicles on the scene yet. And yes, they texted that from the passenger seat. Yeah, if you got a passenger, let them do the texting at 33986. That's helpful. Yeah, and if you see anything, please let us know, and I will happily pass it along. For a limited time, get a professional AC or furnace tune-up for only $39 with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Call 801-264-HALE.
Boners round 2 coming up. Here are the candidates you will be considering. Number 1, the Oregon House of Representatives has it right. Boner candidate number 2, I'm not sure that she would be the best one to get sex advice from. And boner candidate number 3, I was frustrated.
Boners round 2, big boy news, all coming up. Stand by. BigOTires.com. They have locations from Logan to Beaver, and you will find one near you.
Yeah, 42 locations, I think, something like that. I go to the one on 2nd East in South Temple, and get to know your local Big O Tire store. They know you, they know your cars, and they really can help you out.
They've got the sizzling summer sale going on. Buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of Mesa, Aspen, and Nitto tires. They also want to make sure your car's ready for that road trip you have planned. You can stop by your locally owned and operated Big O. They'll give you a free multi-point vehicle inspection.
And remember this, tire pressure is critical. The wrong pressure can lead to the failure of your tire and then accidents. So go to your local Big O Tire store and just let them check the pressure in your tires, you know.
You don't even have to get out of the car when they do that. You just pull up and they'll come out and check it.
And they offer pay nothing today financing because they know tires can be an unexpected expense. So buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of Mesa, Aspen, and Nitto tires. Go to BigOTires.com.
So when is Seymour coming?
Well, he said he'd be here now. He says he's got some real good stuff for us, stuff that's going to make us some dough.
None of his ideas have panned out so far. You said hiring a personal manager to get us some outside projects would be a good thing.
I know.
You said that we'd start making some extra money.
I know.
Nothing so far, partner. Nil. Nothing. We haven't seen a dime.
Well, Seymour says we're too picky. Says we have to bend a little bit. That's got to be him. Come on in, Seymour.
Hey, that's pretty good. How did you know it was me?
Well, you said you'd be here at this time, and no one else ever visits us.
Yeah, and I could smell your Aqua Velva through the door.
Ah, powerful, ain't it? I love Aqua Velva.
So, Seymour, what kind of stuff have you got for us?
Well, first off, let me tell you, everybody wants a piece of your asses. Radio from Hell is hot right now. Hot! It's positively volcanic. Now, I can get you two volcanic gods a personal appearance fee to MC the grand opening of a new artificial limb store at a strip mall in downtown Nephi.
How much? How much money?
Well, no money. I got you trade for this one. You guys can take your pick of any partial orthopedic appliance you like. If you need full limbs, they want to charge you a little, like cost or something.
Well, I think I can speak for Bill when I say we pass.
Carrie, could we just put this one on hold? I need to speak with Aunt Esther and see if Uncle Clyde's hook is still busted.
All right, that's a maybe. I'll put this one on the maybe pile. Okay, here's the next offer. A big pharmaceutical concern in Santa Quinn.
Utah?
Yeah, Utah. This pharmaceutical company has a brand new hemorrhoid ointment, and they want you boys to be the spokesman. Now, before you say anything, just listen to some ad copy I was formulating in my head as I rode over here on the bus. Hi, we're Carrie and Bill, and being DJs, we spend most of the day sitting on our asses. Boy, do we know about hemorrhoids. Something, 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 vamp, vamp, vamp. So get rid of your hemorrhoids right away with Roid Away.
Roid Away?
Let me guess. No money for this one either? I think I speak for Bill when I say we will not endorse Roydaway for trade. Tell Roydaway to take their proposal and shove it up there.
Hold on, Kerry. I've been kind of inflamed lately.
It's on the maybe pile. Here's the next deal. The mighty Morphin Hell Rangers. You two can morph from yourselves into these guys wearing tight leather outfits and football helmets.
Absolutely not. Look at Bill's gut. Do we want our fans to see that gut in tight leather? I think I speak for Bill when I say...
Wait, Kerry. Hey, Seymour, is it pink leather? I just love pink leather.
On the maybe pile. Finally this. You guys know them little Looney Tune kids cartoons, Teeny Toons or whatever?
Yeah.
Very popular. Little Bobby? Huge. Muppet Babies? The biggest. Well, picture this. Kerry and Bill cartoons with the two of you as little baby DJs getting into all kinds of radio adventures at a grown-ups radio station. It's called Hell Babies. What do you say?
I want to turn this down, but before I do, let me ask Bill. What do you think?
Seymour, would only my cartoon wear a diaper, or could I get to really wear a diaper sometimes?
On the maybe pile.
Maybe pile, yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
The scents of summer, barbecues, days at the beach, with your buddies, the smell of a man, a cologne that says,
I am a man. I am all man. I am very, very manly, dude.
Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. A little one-on-one b-ball at the playground, or working all day on your car in the hot, hot sun. A man wants to smell like a man. Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. Being a man is hot, sweaty work, and hot, sweaty work all goes better with beer.
Radio from Hell brand beer scented cologne. Now available in convenient 6-packs at Checker Auto Parts and on draft in kegs at Costco.
Coming soon. Radio from Hell brand Zima scented perfume for the ladies.
Bum, bum, bum. All right, 8:20 right now. And it is time for round 2 of your boner voting. Here we go. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight, possibly becoming boner of the day. I say possibly because it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did this an hour ago. We'll take both of these winners and put them against each other in the Boner Dome. At 9:20 this morning is when you decide boner of the day with boner fights. Right now, send one of these 3, your champion from this, round 2. Here we go. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote, and one of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
I told you we've got good prizes all day long today. This time, tickets to see Patton Oswalt. X96 is proud to welcome Patton Oswalt to Kingsbury Hall. Now, this isn't happening till January, but be a great thing to look forward to. Listen to Radio from Hell all week for your chance to win tickets from X96.
Here's boner candidate number 1. The Oregon House of Representatives, they have it right. They have the right idea. They've done the right thing. They ousted 4-term Republican Mike Neerman last week, the first time in state history that a sitting Oregon lawmaker has been expelled from the House of Representatives. The tally was 59-1, with the one vote against throwing him out was his.
That's even more embarrassing.
He showed no contrition during brief comments on the floor of the House. What did he do? Well, he was removed for the disorderly behavior of allowing rioters into the closed Capitol building in Oregon during a special legislative session on December 21st, 2020. His actions led to dozens of people, some armed and some wearing body armor, gaining access to the Capitol, thousands of dollars in damage, and 6 injured Salem and Oregon State Police officers.
Now, it wasn't only letting them in. I don't know which story you have, Bill, but they also found video of him meeting with some of those people that stormed the building before this date. So it wasn't just him going, well, I opened the door and let him in. That he was in on the whole thing.
Yeah, he even said in the video, you just let me know and I'll go open the door.
Yeah.
Facts are clear that Mr. Neerman unapologetically coordinated and planned a breach of the Oregon State Capitol by armed insurrectionists. His actions were blatant and deliberate, and he has shown no remorse for jeopardizing the safety of every person in the Capitol that day. Mr. Neerman has testified, saying, well, I exited the building and members of the public entered.
Members of the public.
Yeah, I left and they came in. A place they had a right to be. They had a right to be there. A place the Legislative Assembly had no right to exclude them from, Neerman said. Boner candidate number 1, the Oregon House of Representatives has it right. Here's boner candidate number 2. I'm not sure she would be the best one to get some sex advice from. 27-year-old Ann Arbor, Michigan woman who teaches social media followers how to do sex acts and fetishes.
Whoa.
Had to call in firefighters for help after a sex stunt she was doing went wrong. Being stuck was the sexual fetish the woman was trying to demonstrate on social media, but this time she couldn't get unstuck on her own.
Well,
firefighters responded to reports of a person stuck in a folding chair at around 5:10 p.m.
Where's the sex part of that, getting stuck in a folding chair?
You don't know?
I guess
you don't really know. There are certain things you don't understand.
I guess not.
Okay. Firefighters responded to a person stuck in the chair, and there's pictures of it, and she's just hopelessly stuck in this folding chair. They had to cut her out with bolt cutters, she didn't suffer any injuries. She said, my whole TikTok is basically sex work and giving sex work advice, specifically online sex work. And being stuck is a fetish category that I'm pretty popular in and done for about 9 years now. I was just working and it was my job, and I was just I don't think this is a person you should be getting any kind of sex advice from. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. I was frustrated.
Boner candidate number 3 for round 2 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by...
It's the coldest, driest, windiest place on Earth. What weird, wild creatures thrive? Antarctica transports you to the farthest reaches of the Earth and reveals what happens there affects every single one of us. Now playing at Clark Planetarium's IMAX Theater.
Well, apparently, Angelina Jolie was spotted leaving her ex-husband Johnny Lee Miller's apartment building. apparently she said, I haven't been able to ruin Brad's life. Maybe I can ruin yours. She was, I don't know, they starred together in a movie back in 95 called Hackers.
Mm-hmm.
He has a $3 million home in New York, I think. And it's just there are pictures of her leaving so she was kind of staying with him for a few days. I don't know.
Better than staying in a hotel, I suppose.
I guess.
He was a good Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Elementary.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Elementary, yeah.
Yeah,
He was on that.
Yeah, I liked him in that Sherlock Holmes show.
I saw him in Bender Snatch Cumberboot doing this two-man play, and I didn't see it live.
How do you tell them apart?
Yeah. I didn't see it live, but I saw it was being performed live, but I saw it on video. And it's I forget, but it's Frankenstein and Dr. Frankenstein, the monster and Dr. Frankenstein, and they would switch roles.
Really?
Like one night, one of them would be the monster, and then they would switch and do it. It was really fast. I can't remember. Can't remember what it was called, but it was, and he was good, really good in it. Let's see.
Was it in the form of a Lincoln Douglas debate kind of thing?
No, not really. No. But
sort of. Parliamentary procedure.
Sort of. I'll have to look it up, and the details were a little hazy in my mind. I just remember them being really good. Let's see. There are only 3 COVID-19 patients at Sandra Atlas Base Heart Hospital and North Shore University Hospital in New York. A far cry from when the hospital, which is part of the Northwell Health System, has had as many as 600 patients during the peak of the pandemic. All 3 patients who are in the intensive care unit have one thing in common, and we're finding this virtually all hospitalized COVID patients have one thing in common. They have not been vaccinated.
Well.
Hospitalized COVID patients.
That's the thing with the vaccine. So when they say it's 90 whatever % effective, that means there's a tiny chance you could get it, but if you get it, you're not going to end up in the hospital.
Dr. Josh Denson said, I haven't had anyone that's been fully vaccinated become critically ill. They may, as Gina said, you may get it, but it staves it off. It helps stave it off. The vaccines are working very, very well, said the doctor. It's ridiculous not to get it. Ridiculous.
But keep saying you're not doing it and your freedoms and all that.
Here's some good reasons why. Here's some good reasons they think why young Utahns are getting vaccinated or not getting vaccinated. Few young Utahns are getting vaccinated, and what are their reasons? 91% of people aged 80 plus are fully vaccinated, but the youngest part of the population here, and that's the biggest part of the population of the state of Utah, is lagging vaccination by age, and it's a real problem. So why are they not getting vaccinated?
Can't
imagine.
Well,
I haven't gotten around to it.
There's no excuse for that. There are ways to get it. Yeah, at different times of day. You don't need appointments. It's free. It could not be easier to get it.
A 20-year-old Utahn said, "Well, I just had COVID and it wasn't that bad."
You probably didn't have COVID.
Or you did, but you can still get it again.
No, he did. Others say, I just haven't gotten around to it. Work.
No.
I have too much work.
Again, there's a Walgreens around just about every corner. And you
it takes 10 minutes.
If I took a day off school, my grades would be
You don't have to take a day off school.
Yeah.
They're open late. They're open weekends.
Just say you're afraid of needles. Just say it.
There are a lot of excuses, is all what it amounts to.
There's no reason to not.
Reversing Donald Trump, Joe Biden has said we're going to give this money back to Hill Air Force Base.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Biden. So Trump had taken like $24 million out of the budget to go to the border wall.
To build his wall.
Well, it's
Utah
because the
Republicans
Mexicans
know that.
Well, the Mexicans, the Mexicans.
Mexico
they'll
is
give
going to
the
pay
money.
for the wall.
They'll give me back the money, and then we'll give it back to Hill Air Force Base.
No.
No, he took 24. Trump shifted more than $2 billion in defense money to pay for expanding the wall along the border with Mexico. And Hill Air Force Base suffered some of that. Well, Joe Biden says, here, you can have the money back. I'm going to give you the money.
No, liberals don't ever do anything for defense. This is wrong on all sides.
Did you hear about that guy that got swallowed by a whale?
Yes.
Apparently it really happened. A Massachusetts lobster diver. That's my job, I'm a lobster diver. He had his scuba gear on. He was and a wall. He thought it was a shark that had grabbed him up in his mouth, and he said everything was black, and I was obviously inside of something, and and I thought, well, here's the end. But the whale apparently didn't like the way he tasted, and so the whale sort of breached and shook its head, and his mouth opened, and he said, I went flying out. He was not
That's
seriously
not
injured.
krill.
Yeah, he was not injured, and that's good. And let's see. I think that's about.
You got a couple of minutes left here. So.
Oh, okay. Now, an Iowa man was not so lucky. The lobster farmer, he didn't die. He got away from. He escaped death, even though he was swallowed by a whale. But an Iowa man died after becoming stuck in a cattle farm manure tank.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he drowned.
Oh.
He drowned in poo, and if you ever seen those lagoons, those tanks of manure, it's pretty liquid, and I don't know, he fell in, and that was the end of him.
Ugh.
And if you got $28 million, you can go flying in space with Jeff Bezos.
No thanks.
They're auctioning off a seat on the blue oranges. The Blue Oranges ship. Yes.
Now I saw a breakdown of this.
Mm-hmm.
So Bezos doesn't pay any taxes,
right?
But he's getting government funding to help pay for this, and he's selling a ticket for $28 million.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Well, that's smart business.
It's just wrong on so many angles.
He's just a smart businessman, Kerry. Smart businessman. There you go.
All right. Sports, weather, traffic, I guess.
Well, Wasabi, the Pekingese, won Best in Show at 145th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show.
That wasn't a dog. That was a broom or a mop or a dust cloth or something.
Now, unlike past shows, Westminster took place outside of New York City. I don't know if this was because of COVID. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
They moved the famous dog show, and Wasabi beat out 2,400 other canines from 209 breeds to win the coveted Best in Show. And he does. He looks like a
dust mop.
Dust
That's
mop.
not a dog. A
Now, look-
golden retriever is a dog.
I love little dogs. I really do. They're my favorite.
I like little dogs, too.
But even this dog is weird looking. All right.
Well, and it looks
doesn't
like
have any legs.
Well, it looks like all you would do all day, every day, is brush his hair.
That's probably true.
You
Probably.
can't not.
When they're walking him on a leash, it looks like they're walking a wig. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Bill,
Mm.
I know you're a bandwagon fan, and
I'm off. I'm off the bandwagon.
But they're still up in the series, Bill.
Losers.
They're still up. The Jazz are still up on the Clippers in the series, 2-1. A little worried about Donovan Mitchell. He's still performing, but he looks like he is hurting something fierce.
Has he got a tummy ache?
No, like he's had his sprained ankle, and I think it's giving him trouble again. So, if you, Bill, the bandwagon will drive by your house tonight and pick you up if you want. But
nope.
Are you going to ignore it?
Yeah. I'm
Game's
not
at
on
8
the
o'clock
bandwagon
tonight.
anymore.
Get out of here, you bums.
Now, if they win tonight,
Then you'll be back.
I'll hop back on.
Okay.
Radio
Weather
from hell. So now we like sports ball. Go Jazz. X96.
We have an excessive heat warning and a red flag warning. That means everything is hot and dry and no end in sight. We're going to break a record today, probably 102, 103, at least 100 for the next few days. Just brutal, I would say.
Yeah.
That's what that weather is like. Are you searching for Pokemon? Locally owned Haster Games has the best selection of Pokemon, Dungeons & Dragons, Magic, and more. Shop online at HasterGames.com or visit the store 6831 South State. Curbside service is available. Let me refresh my UDOT website and give you the most up-to-date traffic information. We've had a fairly light traffic day, not a lot to tell you about. Do have this crash, I-15 northbound approaching the 53rd South exit. 2 left lanes are being affected. Traffic is backing into Sandy there. If another crash southbound I-15 approaching Riverdale Road. This is up in Weber County. And what do you see? You can text it to us, 33986, and I will pass it along. For a limited time, get a professional AC or furnace tune-up for only $39 with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Call 801-264-HALE.
All right. Here's boner candidate number 3. Well, I was frustrated. Avery Sanford hadn't seen her dad in years. When he dropped off the final child support payment that was due last month, dumping 80,000 pennies on his ex-wife's lawn.
What a jerk.
I just turned 18. When I was in the middle of class, my dad came by. He had rented a trailer, and he dumped all the pennies on on our lawn. The penny hoarding dad pulled up in front of the house, turned the trailer on so it dumped out all of the pennies on the grass. My mom came out and was like, what are you dumping in my yard? She didn't know who it was until he shouted, "It's your final child support payment." Instead of getting mad, the high school senior has decided to set aside the pennies for charity, according to the report. Now, when contacted, the father who did this said, well, I just acted out of 18 years of pent-up frustration.
And so he can go, I paid your money. That's money. That's real money.
He said, I didn't want to push my daughter away, but apparently I have. I was frustrated. Boner candidate number 3.
Total dick move.
Yeah.
I mean, paying your child support, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And men who brag about, I pay my child support, you should look them in the eye and say, thank you for doing the bare minimum.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, let's review and get to voting. So boner candidate number 1, the Oregon House of Representatives has it right. They've done the right thing. They had a similar situation as to the Capitol insurrectionists in the capital of Oregon, in Salem. Some Republican lawmaker, 4-term lawmaker, went and let armed protesters and rioters, he let them into the Capitol. He's been voted out. He is no longer a member of the House of Representatives. Boner candidate number 2, I'm not sure she would be the best one to get sex advice from. She says she teaches people to do sex fetishes the right way, but she got herself stuck in a folding chair and had to have the fire department come and rescue her. And boner candidate number 3, I was frustrated.
There you go. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to Boner Fight and possibly become Boner of the Day. We say possibly because, well, this is round 2. Winning here secures it a spot in Boner Dome, but it'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. All that takes place at 9:20 this morning when we have Boner Fight and you decide Boner of the Day. But we can't do that until you send one of these 3 candidates forward from this round 2. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Easy. Okay. Or you can call the producer's booth, also easy, 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Going online is easy as well to vote. X96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting June 14, 2021, and vote there. You can vote right online. You have until the end of these messages. Let's go. It's round 2.
was thinking today how much just this moment of one of our interns, the organized intern, Sarah, and I was thinking, I wonder how much it would cost me to hire her
For what?
as my personal assistant.
Here we go.
What?
You need a personal assistant.
Sure, I'd love one. I would love one. I think a personal assistant would do a lot of good things for me.
Like what? Do you have dry cleaning that needs picking up?
Yes.
You have a hard time getting around to picking up your dry cleaning?
Sometimes, as a matter of fact, I do. I have any number of organizing things that need to be done all the time. It would be very nice to have somebody to post a bunch of social media stuff for me. At my direction, but actually do the work of it. It would be very nice to have somebody I could call up and say, I don't have time to go to the grocery store. I'm forwarding you my list. Please send it. Please do it. See, she's not. You know what I mean. There's any number of things.
You want to go to the store for Bill?
And she would love to. She would love to do it. She's nodding right now. But A, I don't know as I could really afford her, and B, I like her, and so I'm not sure that I want her to be on the receiving end of me saying, "What do you mean you didn't?"
Yeah,
things like that.
You would end up yelling at her.
Well, just we have to break here. But speaking as someone who has an assistant,
What do you need an assistant for?
Here we go. I feel bad having her do things.
That's what I'm saying.
And so I'm not utilizing her enough.
You pay her?
I do.
Then don't feel bad. That unless she's the sort of person who goes, okay, I'll get right on that.
Mr. Jackson.
Yes, if it's that sort of thing, then I need a different assistant. So see, Sarah would go, that's right.
See,
right, Chief. As a matter of fact, I would insist. I'm paying you. Say right, Chief, after everything I say.
What I need is a personal assistant that I don't like.
Yeah,
that's what I need.
How do you find that?
That's the problem I think I would run into. I like Sarah
because my assistant Nicole, I like her. I like Sarah. There's no way that I could put her to work as I need. It just anyway.
I could. I just wouldn't want to yell at her. Yeah,
And you would.
Maybe.
Eventually.
Maybe.
All right, let's get this over
Chief.
with.
That's what Sarah, would you mind when you're here just saying right, Chief, when I ask you to do stuff? Just for fun?
This one from Emily. Things that must go. My guilt. Allow me to explain. The year was 2008. I was a fresh-faced Mormon teenage newlywed whose older sister had landed her a sweet second job at a local coffee house. The first busy weekend I worked, one of our employees rolled up hungover or possibly still drunk and was subsequently sent home to sleep it off. I was new and we were short-handed. Up rolls an SUV, at the window rolls down to reveal the incomparable Gina Barberi. I was awestruck.
So is another Gina Barberi?
She orders a drink. A latte, I believe, with an extra shot of espresso. Yes, that's my order.
Is that it? Yeah.
I take her order and proceed to produce my best hurried hot beverage. I pulled 3 perfect shots of espresso. I take all the time the growing line will allow to froth and mix. Make sure the lid is nice and tight. Stop her in. Out to the drive-thru window I dash with a smile, and away she goes, a vision of local celebrity and grace. My older sister yells back from the front, "What are these shots for? Should I throw them out?" I forgot to put the coffee in her coffee. I waited all day. I waited all day for her return. I waited for a call to speak with the manager. I thought maybe next weekend she'll come back and I make her a drink on the house. But the call never came, and she never came. I'm now a grizzled 30-something ex-Mormon and mother of 2 with under-eye bags and an anxiety disorder. I now know how much that caffeine probably meant to you. I thought I ruined your day with a coffeeless coffee. It's haunted me for more than a decade. I am sorry, Gina. Please accept my apology. Allow me to make it up to you. Can I buy you a drink sometime? Maybe a pair of those fluffy socks you're so fond of. Thank you for letting me listen and for allowing me the pleasure of serving you an albeit inferior beverage all those years ago. Long-time listener, first-time complainer, Emily.
How many years?
10.
2008.
Oh my God!
Did you come to work? I seem to remember you coming to work and
Yeah.
then going, I
And
have
going,
nothing
"Yeah,
but foam here.
There's no coffee in this coffee.
Here it is from 2000. I love that. I love this. Right. Time to award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by Pork Tenderloin on the Grill.
And Father's Day is right around the corner. Make your dad proud this year. Get him and yourself the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 groin trimmer. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code X96 at manscaped.com.
Well, we had quite a fight here. The boner candidate number 1 and boner candidate number 3 were the strongest candidates, and they duked it out throughout the whole process. Yeah. So number 1 was the Oregon House of Representatives expelling one of their members, a 4-term Republican, Mike Neerman, because he let people into the Capitol, the Oregon Capitol. Yeah, what, Terry?
I was going to say there was 1 vote to not banish him. From
it was him. Yeah, he voted not to banish him, and he still defends his actions. He said, "Well, I was just leaving the building, and they went in."
No, we got video of you planning it. Sorry.
And then number 3, I was frustrated. A father dumping 80,000 pennies on his estranged wife and daughter's lawn. It was his final child support payment. And he said, well, I did it that way because I was frustrated. So
you're a jerk.
Number 2 was, I'm not sure that she would be the best person to get sex advice from. 12 people voted for that one. But so number 1, number 3, fighting it out. Who do you think won? You want to project?
I think number 3 won. I would like number 1 to win, but I'll bet number 3 won.
Yeah, it was, but not by much. Just 9 votes, I think, something like that. The winner, boner candidate number 3, the frustrated. I dumped those pennies out there because I was frustrated.
There you go. That's your winner of round 2. Goes forward now to boner fight. Might be boner of the day. We'll find out when that winner and the winner of round 1 go head to head at 9:20 this morning. To determine who is boner of the day. You'll vote in that. Okay. Do we have a sponsor for this, Gina?
Yes, this summer, buy one, get double with the Mountain America Rewards credit card. You'll earn double rewards on every purchase through July 31st. Details at macu.com/double.
All right. Brand new episode of GeekShowPodcast.com available right now. The name of the episode is My Mom Was Right. Now, if you go to x96.com/live, you can see one of my favorite cartoon villains is Skeletor, because he was so bad at being a villain. Laughably bad at being a villain.
Inept?
Yes.
Inept.
And then he'd always blame his henchmen. And I always thought, well, why don't you fire these henchmen? You know?
You fools!
You bumbling idiots! It was one of the things I loved. Because I didn't take Masters of the Universe and He-Man seriously at all. It was ridiculous. But there are people who, just the opposite. They took it very seriously.
Really?
And it was very important to them. Well, you're getting more Masters of the Universe in cartoon form, and Kevin Smith is the executive producer behind it, and he's taking it very seriously.
Okay. The time you try to take this castle, but you will never succeed, Skeletor.
Call your champion.
So this is you can see it now. It's just kind of a collage of action scenes and all that for Masters of the Universe Revelation. Now this well, here's the difference: is back in the 80s when He-Man was around. I mean, the animation was really cheap. It was a company called Filmation who, I mean, they were reusing backgrounds on He-Man that were used in other cartoons. You know.
Yeah. Just rotate them around.
Also, you couldn't really, I mean, as far as violence goes, you know, He-Man never really used his sword to cut things. You know, you had to tamper down because it was the 80s. Parents were going crazy about violence in their kids' cartoons.
You could brandish the sword. You couldn't really use it, right?
I mean, you know, he punched people occasionally, but he would also just, like, throw them into a puddle of water, you know?
That'll show you.
So there's that. Now this is finally you're getting He-Man and Skeletor going against each other and kicking ass, and you know, and you've got Mark Hamill as the voice of Skeletor. Skeletor
that's kind of fun.
Is suddenly he's not bumbling anymore. He's a badass villain now.
Is there any blood?
I didn't see any blood in this. But this comes July 23rd on Netflix, and you can watch it there. And I don't know whether this is good or bad, but after the show, the first 5 episodes anyway, there will be like a Talking Dead panel show thing.
Talking He-Man.
Talking He-Man, hosted by Kevin Smith.
Now, are there people really going to be into that?
Yep.
I mean...
Yes, there are.
Let's see, and so you'll have him hosting it. You'll have the executive producers on there. You'll have the voice casts, including Skeletor, Mark Hamill. And here's the funny thing, that one of the characters, so Sarah Michelle Gellar is Teela, Lena Headey is Eva Lynn, and there's a character called Triclops who, you know, he has like one eye, but it's 3 of them, and they spin, and it's just kind of a lame villain. That's Henry Rollins is voicing that.
Okay.
And he'll be on the show. And, of course, the greatest He-Man villain, in my mind, is not just Skeletor, but it is Stinkor.
Which is a real...
The evil master of odors. He's just a giant skunk.
If you look at x96.com/live, Carrie is showing you Stinkor.
Yeah. Now, I was you know, saying unless Stinkor is in this show, it's just not going to be worth my time. But I found out that he's in at least 6 episodes.
Wow.
And he is voiced by Jason Mewes. Okay.
All right.
So there.
Kevin throwing him a bone? Is that
throwing him a bone? All right. Gina, this will kind of interest you.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember the Toxic Avenger. Do you?
Sure. Yeah.
From '84, it was a Troma schlock movie about a guy who's a janitor, and
Adrian Barbeau was in it, right?
Yeah, I think so. And he falls into a vat of acid and becomes the Toxic Avenger. Yeah. I mean, it was series of cartoons and sequels and all that. Well, they're remaking it, and Peter Dinklage is going to play the Toxic Avenger.
Okay.
Now, I laughed when I saw that. I thought this will never happen.
Live action?
Live action.
Okay.
And now they've cast the villain. Gina, Kevin Bacon.
You shut up about no. He actually he is a good villain. I'm okay with.
He was a good villain in that X-Men movie. I'll say that. Yeah, he's going to be the villain in the Toxic Avenger.
Cool. I think Peter Dinklage is a great choice for the
Toxic Avenger.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Another villain cast. This is for the She-Hulk TV series. It is Jamila Jamil from The Good Place.
Mm-hmm.
She will be playing the villain in the She-Hulk series. She will be playing Titania, who is a D-list Marvel, maybe even E-list Marvel villain from the Wrecking Crew. It's just funny how they're bringing out all of these really obscure Marvel characters and putting them in shows. It just kills me. Here's another one, Gina. Christine, Stephen King.
Yes.
Doing a for film.
Okay.
And brought behind it because he's a huge fan of Christine, which means Brian Fuller is behind it. He'll start to work on it, and then he'll get frustrated and walk away. So there you go. That's exactly what will happen with this Christine movie. So those of you who are concerned, don't worry.
But you'll have 3 or 4 really good episodes.
That's a movie, so he'll just he'll develop it and then walk
I see.
away.
It's a movie.
It's like he did with Star Trek Discovery and so many other shows. Traffic, please, Gina.
Crash I-15 northbound approaching 53rd South exit. The 2 left lanes are blocked there. Traffic backing into Sandy. But that's the only incident UDOT's telling us about, and you haven't sent anything in via text for a while. But if you see something, an accident, slowage, loose horses running down the side of the freeway, ladders, buckets, any of that kind of thing, you can text us. Only if it's safe for you to do that, though. 33986.
All right, we are going to take a break. We'll be back. We got your potty break song. We got Boner Fight on the way. Stand by for that. And I think we have our wellness check as well, so stand by. We'll get to all of that. Snowbird.com/jobs.
Summer is back at Snowbird, including Oktoberfest. So they have all of the stuff going on, the aerial tram and summer activities starting June 19th. And they need people to go up there and work. They need people in all areas at Snowbird: hospitality, restaurant work. They need people to run the various concessions, all of that kind of stuff. And it's a good place to work. They offer a lot of benefits.
So many. Half-price food, discounts for equipment and clothing, free skiing and snowboarding, not just for you, but your friends and family, free skiing and riding lessons, free transportation, and you get then the benefits like health care and retirement. They do 401k matching.
They got dental?
They got dental. They got vision. They got all that. Plus, you get to work in a beautiful place.
Yeah. So snowbird.com is where you want to go to find a job. Snowbird.com/jobs. Start working at Snowbird soon.
You gotta love that.
So up at the Christmas tree farm.
Okay.
It's a farm. There's fields and what's in fields?
Mice. Field mice.
And I warned my family.
I have theme music for the Christmas tree farm,
okay.
by the way, just so you know.
I warned my family, up here, you have to close the door, immediately when you walk through it, because there are mice that hang out by the door waiting for you to open it so they can come in the house.
They camouflage themselves. You can't see them.
They're disguised as doormen.
There's no way that they can fit through any little cracks or anything. You have to close the door.
And my little farmhouse there is immaculate. It is spotless, which means it was very apparent to me when it was not spotless anymore, and I found evidence of a mouse, and I freaked out.
Evidence of a mouse.
It was just poop?
Poop?
Yes.
Mouse poop?
Scat?
Yes. So
droppings?
Yes. So clean them up, and my husband said, "I'll set some traps. And we'll get him. We'll get him." Well, that was a couple days ago that he set the traps. Now I am heading up there as soon as we get off the air here to go meet Zero Riz because
this is not a commercial, by the way.
No, it's not because I need the place.
Because of a few mouse droppings.
Yes. Yes.
Why don't you just get a flamethrower?
But what my point is,
or a cat.
Yeah.
Joe set the traps with peanut butter. That's what made me think of this. Because they like the peanut butter. So, but he set the traps and left, and now I will be the next person to go back to the house since the traps were set. So there's likelihood that I will encounter carnage of some sort.
And the smell of such carnage. Because they sit for a few days, they start getting ripe.
So this is what my afternoon holds.
This has been on your mind and bugging you all morning.
Yes.
Worrying you all morning long.
And what do I do? And if it's there, what? I don't want to touch it, but I can't leave it there.
You can, okay, get a shovel. If you're going to throw away the trap, are you going to throw away the trap?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think. I don't know. I don't want to separate the mouse from the trap.
A lot of people, you can reuse them.
No.
You know, I mean, if you're brave enough, you don't need to do anything, wear gloves or anything. Just wash your hands thoroughly when you're done. But just release the little critter into the garbage and then...
See, this music is all idyllic, and that does not pair with what awaits me.
This is the idols of nature, Gina. This is what it is.
All right, let me see if I can find here. This is the new farm music then.
Okay.
New farm theme.
Well, Gina, maybe you can appeal to the. Why don't you be the weak damsel who doesn't know how to deal with things like this, and say to the zero res man, because I'm sure it'll be a man.
Yeah.
Oh, I just don't know how. Oh, and he'll say, "Oh, I'll take care of it for you, little lady. Don't you worry."
My stars. What?
Yeah.
I'll faint on the couch.
The damsel in distress. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're not willing to get a cat,
no,
you're not willing to get a cat,
no,
then you need to call the rat catcher and get one of these traps that I have 3 of them set up in our backyard.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen rodents for a couple of seasons now.
Really?
They're this poison bait inside. It's made so that only a rat or a mouse can crawl into it to get to the poison bait. So it's safe for the animals.
Dogs
that are
can't get to it.
Dogs, even cats can't get into it. I wonder about Bunny. I don't think Bunny can fit in that because it's like it's a real curve to get to where the poison food is. And they go and eat it, and it doesn't kill them right away. It kind of slowly kills them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure it's excruciating if that gives you any pleasure.
Well, no, I mean I don't want to be mean about it.
We just had the rat catcher out back a week or so ago, and already I've found a carcass.
Really? Okay.
It's not a rat. It was a baby rat. It's not full grown, but it was a baby. So it works.
Here's what you're going to have to contend with, however.
What?
As long as there are fields around that place, there are going to be mice in that house. Now, here's the solution.
Cat.
You and your you continue your real estate holdings, your greedy developer holdings, and you buy up the farmland that's around and pave it and put up a convenience store.
There you go.
Oh, so I pave paradise and I'll put up a parking lot.
Exactly.
How about that?
Cat'd be easier, but
but the cat, you can't leave the cat there.
No,
alone.
I can't. We don't live there full time.
That'd be fine. Cats are fine.
So you will have that problem.
There's an owl that lives in the tree outside,
He
which
gets
was
a
real.
few.
Yeah, I would think he would take care of it, but.
Well, play the damsel in distress and say,
Okay.
"Oh, Mr. Owl."
Oh, could you please?
I'm sorry, I only eat all-day suckers. The ones with the Tootsie Pops in the center. It's all I eat.
Was there an owl?
Would you like to know how many licks it would take to get to the inside of a Tootsie Pop?
With an owl
3.
tongue, yes.
3, I discovered.
Do owls eat Tootsie Pops?
Yes.
Don't you remember the classic commercial?
I don't remember that. No.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to
Really?
get to the... Let's find out. 1, a 2, a 3, crunch, a 3.
I don't remember that.
I don't know how you forgot it. Classic. Because on this day,
in 1961, George O'Dowd, English singer, songwriter, DJ, fashion designer, photographer, weirdo.
Boy
George was born.
Why do you say he's a weirdo?
He's kind of a weirdo.
Well, he's a talented, artistic soul who's just trying to, make a mark in the world. He's a big old guy too. Big.
He's had his troubles.
He's large.
He's large.
These Pringles are so good that
are Pringles paying you under the table?
No, I got them because I heard that story about the guy who invented them. Had his two sons, sour cream and onion. He had his sons. He said, "You got to promise me when I die, put me my ashes in a Pringles can," which they did, which I thought was kind of interesting. But he was he was so dedicated to this chip that he invented for Procter and Gamble. But I was reading through some of the stuff about Pringles, and their slogan. One of their slogans, mostly in Europe, was "Once you pop, the fun don't stop." So I guess that means when you pop the top of the Pringles can. Yeah. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
What flavor is that you got there? What flavor is that?
This is cheddar cheese.
Okay.
They've had many flavors. Many. Yes, Gina.
So do you have a favorite, a go-to?
Well, I don't eat them very often. I just got these because they were top of my mind. But these were very good. Probably sour cream and onion, or I would eat that mostly, or sea salt and vinegar, perhaps.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, but they're really quite good. Pringles.
But are your ashes going to end up in there?
No, my ashes.
Do you love them that much?
Well, I could do that, I suppose. I could say to the University of Utah, who will have possession of my body, when I die, whatever Pringles can I'm clutching
at the time.
At the time of my death.
Bill,
that's where I want my ashes to go.
Oh, this is a tragedy. This is a tragedy.
What?
Our chat room has dug into this, and they Snopes the story, and it's not true.
It's true. I looked into it. Now, I didn't go to Snopes. I looked at a bunch of different sources.
While it is true that Frederick J. Bauer had his ashes buried inside a Pringles can, that can was never sold to customers. That's the part that was the myth. He was,
nobody thought that happened. Did anybody think that happened?
Apparently someone did. Yeah. Here was the claim. My daughter came home from school Friday and stated that she will never eat Pringles chips because the creator of Pringles was cremated, and when he died and his ashes were put into cans of Pringles and sold to unknowing customers.
No.
So that's the part that's true.
And they didn't put all of his... I don't think all of... When you are cremated, there's a lot of ashes. There's a big...
Well, it depends on how big you are.
And I don't think all your ashes would fit in one Pringles can, so that I know they put some of his ashes in an urn as well. And then I don't understand it when now my mother insisted on this when my brother Noel died. His wish was to be cremated, and that, I think he's the only cremation in our immediate family. And so when you get cremated, they put you in an urn. And my mom said, well, we didn't do anything with his ashes, but she still insisted on having a headstone. And an empty grave at the
So the
cemetery.
ashes aren't buried at the cemetery?
No, I don't think any of them were, as I recall. I think I had some that I misplaced for a while, and then I found them again, and I finally scattered them where he wanted. And I think my sister had some, and but I don't think any were placed in. Actually, I don't think there's anything in the grave. I'll have to check. But Mr. Bauer, they had a grave. Well, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
It's a place to visit.
But if you have the ashes in an urn, a nice urn on the mantle, that's a place to visit. You can just say, "Well, let's go look I mean, that's
I would always be worried I'd tip it over or something.
Well,
Like-
tape it shut. I don't know.
When
These things,
when you're
they're
dusting or
answers.
something.
There are answers to these things. Have it in a sealed container.
Have them
Yeah,
put
I don't-
inside
I
of
don't
a
wanna
Super
be on
Bowl.
a- I don't want to be on a mantle. Sprinkle me somewhere. I don't want to.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of having an urn, somewhere in the house. That I had a friend who I went to the house. I said, "Oh, that's an interesting looking vase." She said, "Oh, that's my husband's mother." Oh, really?
Yeah, she's still here judging me.
Yeah, that's my husband's mom right there in that jar.
You can sprinkle me amongst the Christmas trees at the farm. How about that?
Oh, I was going to take you to the
I'll
the
never
Spanish
buy
Fork
one of those.
Fairgrounds. I was going to take you to the Spanish Fork rodeo arena where Rage Against the Machine played.
Oh, that would be kind of fun.
Are you? But you're not going to be cremated, are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Really?
Get it in writing.
Creepy.
Will your
Bodies are creepy.
Will your family allow it?
Get it in
Yeah.
writing. Yeah.
Catholics don't care.
Well, they don't care about that, but this whole divorce thing, that's
Well, yeah, that's important.
We got to make sure that's
That's
you know.
important.
All right. Call Wade, get it in writing. I'm telling you.
Mormons are not keen on cremation.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
They will do it. but-
I know.
Okay. Well, we will take a break. We will be back with a boner fight and a reasonable amount of news. Stand by for that. Wendy's for breakfast. This is an even better deal than the last one I told you about. Wendy's serves one kind of breakfast, the better one. They're made fresh with quality ingredients like oven-baked bacon. That's the way I like my bacon. Fresh cracked eggs, toasted to order croissants. And for a limited time, this is the deal. You've got the sausage, egg, and Swiss croissant, which is my favorite. The bacon, egg, and Swiss croissant sandwich, and the honey butter chicken biscuit are all 2 for $4. What an incredible deal. You've got $4 right there in your wallet. Sure you do. So go get the Wendy's 2 for $4 while it's hot. And this because it's so inexpensive, you can buy it for the office or your friends that you're headed to see at work or at your class that you're headed to. So don't forget, it's the 2 for $4 breakfast deal, and it's for a limited time only. Price and participation may vary. U.S. Wendy's, single item at regular price, and get the sausage one because that's my favorite. Wendy's for breakfast.
Thanks a lot for answering our ad. Look, we've got a lot of other people to interview, so we'll just let you know, okay? Loser.
God, what a bunch of no-loads. I mean, we haven't had one single applicant that I'd even consider hiring. Why are they so bad?
I just think it shows you the quality of people who read the paper.
Yeah.
Losers, all of them.
I don't know. Maybe it's the way the ad is worded. How does it read?
I think I wrote it just the way we talked about. Look, here it is.
Okay.
Oh, listen. We need a new stalker. Do you think you have what it takes? If so, apply in person to Kerry and Bill, the Radio from Hell guys at X96. Previous stalking experience is not required. We will train. X96 is an equal opportunity employer.
That's pretty straightforward. Guess I'm just getting discouraged. I don't think we're ever going to find anybody to replace the old guy.
Well, now, we both agreed that no matter how much we liked him, it would just be stupid of us to wait for him to get out.
Oh, all right.
We're just going to have to keep looking.
Okay. Lori, send in the next applicant, please.
Oh, hello, boys.
Hello, Chunga. Send in the next applicant, will you? We're in a hurry.
No, you don't understand. I am the next applicant.
What? Oh my God, you're serious. You want to stalk us?
We.
You're not impressing us by speaking French.
No, I mean we want to stalk you. All 10 of my personalities, including Tina the lap dancer. Let's look at this logically, boys. I'm already on the payroll. I know your phone numbers and where you live. And I can gut and skin a rabbit in less than 2 minutes. And you guys probably don't know this, but I've seen both of you naked. Lots of times. And Well, I love you.
Hey, that wasn't bad. What do you think, Bill? He's creeping me out.
Well, let's try the phone test.
Okay.
All right, pretend that it's 3 a.m. There's a thunder and lightning storm going on. My phone rings. I pick it up, and it's you, Chunga. What do you say?
Hello, Bill. Want to go to a jazz game?
No! Doesn't work.
No.
Try again. Phone rings. I pick it up. It's you. What do you say, Chunga?
Bill, it's me, Chunga. Want to go over to Cummings and watch them hand-dip chocolates?
Not even scary. Not scary at all. I'm sorry, Chunga. You just don't have what it takes. Look, send in the next one, would you?
Oh, come on, you guys. I know you don't like all the other stalker candidates. They stink. Besides, there's only one guy left in the lobby, and it's Frank Layton wearing one of his wife's old moo-moos, and his face is smeared with red lipstick.
Red lipstick, huh? Well, send him in.
Mr. Layton, the boys will see you now.
Hello, girls!
Yeah,
Rancid. You can also text the word Ruby, R-U-B-Y, to 33986 and listen to this wins.
I love it. That would be good. All right. Well, we'll get to that in 7 minutes. So let's have a reasonable amount of news now, brought to you by
University of Utah Health Plans. They provide medical and pharmacy services that meet you right where you are. For those without insurance, there's a special open enrollment period now through August 15th. Enroll today at uofuhealthplans.org.
So I thought it was kind of interesting. Is the first time you go out on a date with someone, he or she may do something that you think to yourself, okay, that's it. That's a deal breaker.
Deal breaker?
What's a deal breaker?
Deal breaker. For instance, ordering a steak well done. You order a steak well done, 53%, was it?
Yep.
Why do you care how
53%.
somebody else orders their steak? You don't have to eat it.
Because it's wrong. And you of all people, you're the one who's always saying, well, that's wrong. Well, ordering a steak well done is wrong. So here, but what are some other deal breakers? How you prefer your steak, that's a deal breaker. Now, it could work the other way as well.
Yeah.
You know, you eat that steak
I
bloody
want
like
it
that?
rare.
I'm not going to have anything to do with you. Drinking cow's milk. Cow's milk drinkers like a whole glass of cow's milk and nothing else.
Oh, okay. If you're ordering a glass of milk with your meal, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
I was going to say, 'cause, cow's milk in your coffee, that's different. But.
Yeah. My sweet mother-in-law, she loves a glass of cold milk with dinner. That's she likes that. Not liking pizza is a deal breaker. Somebody said the last person I went out with says she never gets hungry for pizza. She knows people like it, but it's never been something she really craved or cared for.
That's
a deal
rare.
breaker.
That is rare to find somebody who doesn't like pizza.
I'm not a huge pizza fan.
Really?
Yeah. I don't get. I guess I'm sort of like that person. I don't get why everybody's so crazy about pizza.
Sue made pizza last night. It was some of the best I've had. Oh, it was
what were your
good.
toppings?
Well, it was the way she did the crust that really killed it, though, because she did it in a black skillet, the iron frying pan, in the oven, and it just made it crispy on the bottom, and so good.
Somebody says is a deal breaker.
I think tasting a station table and says, "Would anybody care for dessert?" And you all kind of go, "Oh no, I don't." But then one person is brave enough to say, I think I would like dessert. And then everybody else at the table goes, well, if you're getting it, I guess I'll.
Well, do you mind if I have a taste?
I didn't want to be the person.
How about you? Do you mind if I have a taste of your dessert? People who don't like, who can't have any spicy food. You can't. Oh, I can't eat that. It's too spicy. This is spicy. That's spicy. That's a deal breaker.
This is all food related.
Yeah.
I was expecting something else being a deal breaker, like how do you treat the wait staff, or
some of it. That's in there.
That's kind of
rude to the server. That's
food adjacent,
But picky eaters are, in general, eating with someone who is a good barometer. Eating with someone is a good barometer of personality. You don't have to like to eat weird things, but if you refuse to try and make the decision after trying, you're not an adventurous person and won't like to try new fun things in life at all. So at least, if you at least try it and then go, nope, not for me, then that's okay. But
it's a good thing you're not dating, Gina.
Why do I have to try new fun things? What if I don't want to try new fun things? What if I'm fine with the things I do?
Listen to her. Listen to her.
And Sue reminds me the pizza was pork belly that we grilled, out on the grill, and pesto that we made from our basil.
Ooh, yum!
Front, so.
By the way, I was trying to remember what's the name of that fancy grill, the charcoal one.
Oh, the
Traeger. No, not the Traeger.
The charcoal one is Spark.
Spark. That's right. And then finally, my husband loved canned green beans when we were in college.
That's weird.
They aren't. Just contrary to the name, they aren't even green when they come out of the can.
No, they're gray.
I didn't hold the sins of his mother's cooking against him, though, and he's proof that you can change. He now eats much more adventurous and knowledgeable things, said the executive director of marketing and brand strategy for whatever this website is.
I've tried to get better with. I'm better than when my husband got together with me. I'm better.
I mean, the one on that list that's most important to me is the way they treat the wait staff. But but a texter puts one in here too. Putting ketchup on a steak.
That's what Trump does.
You shouldn't put anything. A good steak, you shouldn't even see. Again, this is you, Gina. Yeah. Steak sauce is only. I don't mind steak sauce if you take a taste of the steak and it's kind of tough and not very flavorful. If it's not been prepared very well, okay, bring me the steak sauce. But a really good, well-prepared steak that's medium rare to about medium rare, you shouldn't need anything on it but whatever is salt and pepper.
But there are times when it actually helps a good steak be even better, like a chimichurri you put on there.
Yeah, those are delicious.
Yeah.
So wildfires continue to burn. Several wildfires are burning across thousands of acres in Utah. There is some good news. Fire crews are making some progress. The Bear Fire, which has been burning for nearly a week, scorching 10,526 acres. After the blaze was 5% contained on Saturday, it was 10% contained on Sunday. Officials have issued red flag warnings for the entire area, which is 4 miles northwest of Helper. High temperature, windy conditions, terrible. US 6 was closed for sometimes over the weekend. It reopened Saturday. It had been closed earlier in the week. Utah Fire also said there will be a public meeting about the Bear Fire, that one around Helper, at 7. Well, I'm not sure when that is, so just check that. Don't. You're not going to go anyway. Come on.
Who are you kidding?
Yeah. Firefighters are working on the Pack Creek Fire. Just a bunch of them. Mammoth Creek Fire is 72% contained. That's good. So
this is before people are setting off fireworks and stuff. It's only going to get worse.
Utah Republicans have approved a resolution condemning critical race theory. They don't quite know what it is. But
they even admitted that they're not quite sure, and it's not happening anywhere. But we better hurry up and.
I heard a commentator point this out, and it's absolutely true. You remember some years ago, it was Sharia law was the big scary thing. We're passing a law that says that Sharia law will never be ever in this state.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
It's same. It's the same thing. It's something to divide us socially.
You know what would have been a better use of their time? If they really care about the children, won't somebody please think of the children? If they had a special session talking about, during this pandemic, kids have fallen behind. They were online. Did they learn everything they were supposed to learn this year at school? Why not have a special session about making sure we get the kids caught up to move on to school the next year? Wouldn't that have been a better use of your time?
I guess you just don't care about the future of this country. You don't care if they replace us. I'm telling you, the reason we don't have Sharia law is because they passed resolutions that said no Sharia law.
Listen, speaking as a straight white male, I wish they would replace us. And
Who
if
is
you
they? Who are we
I don't know,
Them,
whoever they
Gina,
might be.
those people.
And if you elect me as governor, I will insist that critical race theory be taught.
What? Oh my God. Oh my
Carrie,
God.
if you tried to teach critical race theory to elementary school kids or even high school kids, they would have no idea what you were talking about.
It's a complicated
thing.
And, it's just, my kids are being taught critical race theory. Your kids are in law school? Oh, how about that? Congratulations.
I mean, the ins and outs of it can get complicated, but basically the theory is racism is baked into our institutions.
Yes, and it is.
That's essentially what it is. Racism has been baked into our institutions. To such an extent that we don't realize it when it's happening.
And I'm sorry that history makes you uncomfortable. Really, it
goes off on her, and we don't know quite why this happened, why the woman got so angry, but it doesn't matter. She was awful. She called this black woman, the manager, a monkey, and various other racially tinged statements, and there seemed to be no reason for it. And the manager, the woman, just stayed nice and calm throughout the whole thing, which I think probably made her even more angry. And that's going up against boner candidate number 2. I was frustrated. That's what a dad said when he dumped 80,000 pennies on his estranged wife and daughter's lawn. It was his final child support payment. 80,000 pennies. What a mess. And he said, well, I've been paying child support for 18 years, and I was just frustrated.
You think your daughter's going to look at that pile of pennies and go, you're right, Dad, we need to work on our relationship.
Nope.
You're a great person.
Nope.
All right.
There's your fight.
You've got to decide of these two candidates, which one is the worst, which one should be boner of the day. 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text and then text that to 33986. Easy. Or call the producer's booth at 877-602-9696. Also easy. Or go online, x96.com. Now, once you get there, refresh your browser because we just put the box up. It says Boner Fight June 14, 2021. Click on that and you'll be able to vote there. All right, you have until the end of these messages. Let's go. It's Boner of the Day.
It is the 23rd
Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! In this episode, we find our missionaries tracting underground on Janus 6. Wow, would you look at these caverns? They're incredible.
You sure
on us.
What the flip?
Oh, you better put down the bowling ball real slow and easy, Butch. I don't think the big rock that's been sneaking up on us likes the way you're handling it, and it's staring at us, too.
Okay, here you go.
It's backing off. Excuse me, Mr. or Mrs. Big Rock. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi. Hey, look, it's burning some words into the cavern floor. Me, Horta, these my babies. No kill I. Hey, she's friendly, and she has kids, so it means she must be married.
Mrs. Horta, we represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons. Hey, she just crossed out the no from no kill I.
Oh, so much for being a friendly rock.
Looks like this might just be a time to make an exit there, Lehigh. Let me just grab one of these little rocks as a souvenir. My cousin would love to have a real live pet rock.
I don't think she wants you to have one of our babies, Butch. Look out! Is this the end of our missionaries? Will Butch get to send a pet rock home to his cousin? Will Lehigh make him put it back? Is it legal to bowl with a silicone-like form egg? To find out the answers to these questions, tune in next time to hear Butch say...
Okay, lady, back off or the little rock gets it.
Now, Butch, that's no way to talk to a prospective convert. Now give her back her baby. On the next bone-chilling episode of Space Elders!
Time to award a boner of the day.
And that's brought to you in part by grilled pork tenderloin with corn and pinto bean salad.
And prices clearly listed at VWLayton.com. They've calculated all of the leases and monthly payments right down to the penny on all new Volkswagens and Volkswagen Layton.
Well, oh, wait a minute. Huh.
What?
Oh, no, I misread that. I'm sorry. Okay.
You're like, that can't possibly be. Oh,
Yeah.
no, it isn't.
No, it's my eyes are going. That's okay.
More and more people have gotten vaccinated. However, the Delta variant is now coming into the U.S. more, and so we're starting to see the uptake in people getting disease again. The good news for the vaccinated population is that the vaccine covers the Delta variant, and yes, so we can still get to breathe a sigh of relief that we are still covered when you're vaccinated. So I guess we can't strongly encourage enough people to get vaccinated, and that it does take 2 weeks before the vaccine is fully functional after the second dose of vaccine. If you're getting the 2 doses, if you're getting the Johnson & Johnson, then it's 2 weeks after the 1 dose.
Yeah. We don't know yet, do we, whether there's going to have to be a booster shot or anything like that?
We don't know for sure, but the CEO of Pfizer did come out saying that most likely they're kind of anticipating that we may need a repeat dose yearly, just kind of like the flu. I do think that we'll probably see more variants, particularly as it's taking worldwide more time to roll out the vaccine. Right, there's just more chances for variability and variants to form.
Yeah. What about people who say, well, if you get the vaccine, you can still catch it?
So it's really low in number. If you were to get the disease, incredibly unlikely to be hospitalized with it. So more of a case of a mild flu than anything else, but we're not seeing anybody being hospitalized or go on mechanical ventilation during that.
Yeah. And
if
how
they've been vaccinated.
Yeah. How important is something, Nicole?
Laws in the area, and for travel you need to wear a mask. But if you've been fully vaccinated, most stores and activities you can go unmasked in, as well as in social gatherings. You can go unmasked. If you haven't been vaccinated, the recommendation is to continue to keep your mask on and remain that just 6 feet apart as much as possible. Yeah.
Thanks, Nicole Lamb. You can find more information along the lines of what we've been talking about, and perhaps some good camping spots at Nightingale at nightingalecollege.org.
Edu.
No.
Edu.
.edu. Okay. Thank you.
Education. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. Okay. We will take a break. We will be back. Stand by. We'll crawl towards the exits coming up after these. FanXSaltLake.com. Let me double check that that's the website. Yes, it is FanXSaltLake.com. Correct. It's back. It's bigger than ever. It's going to be happening September 16th through the 18th at the Salt Palace Convention Center. Very excited to come together again in a place where we all belong. Right now, tickets are 25% off until Father's Day, June 20th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure that you secure your spot to one of the biggest events in Utah. Again, that's 25% off until Father's Day, June 20th at 11:59 Mountain Standard Time, p.m. A lot of celebrities already lining up, and more will be announced as the date gets closer. The cast of Cobra Kai will be here. William Zabka, Martin Kove, Jacob Bertrand, and Peyton List. The cast of Supernatural, Misha Collins, Richard Speight Jr., and David Hayden Jones. Over 28 celebrity guests have already been announced. Christopher Eccleston, Adam Savage, Amanda Tapping, Ashley Eckstein, Henry Thomas is going to be here. So along with the celebrities, it's the shopping. It's the other thing that I love is all the local and national vendors and the panels, of course, where you can meet other fans of your favorite thing and have a nice discussion. It's a 3-day experience. So be sure to get your tickets now and save 25% off at fanxsaltlake.com.
When we get to the class is we say, all right, first of all, who's here for an easy credit? And those people who raise their hand, leave. Go right now. We'll sign a form, whatever it takes. Just get out of here.
You would deny a college student an easy credit? What kind of a Grinch are you?
I'm not denying them an easy credit. If it were up to me, we would close down the college radio stations, but we don't. That's an easy credit. They can do that. While I'm there, I don't want to deal with people who just don't want to be there. That's why I don't speak to schools. That's why I hate that stuff.
Now, be honest. You don't speak to schools because you're not allowed.
There's
usually.
that true.
You
That's
used
true.
to speak to schools.
See the basis of education. And by the way, the kids that want to be there, they just sit there like lumps anyway.
No, there were a couple of them in the back talking. One who arrived 20 minutes late, and then he sat in the back talking with his buddy.
I didn't see that. When he came in late, I almost said to him, why are you bothering? Why don't you just leave?
And he's sitting in the back talking with one of his friends, and I'm like,
You should have said something. I didn't notice that.
I didn't either.
I nearly did, but then he shut up because I started staring him down.
If you can just touch one child.
I don't need.
all.
Look,
I don't want him touching any children.
I don't.
That's why he's not allowed.
I don't need to understand education. I'm not trying to take away their breeze through their, college degree. I'm there for an hour. That's all. 5 students who are interested. That's great. Everybody else take off. We'll sit and have a chat with 5 people. I'll touch those 5. That's good.
All right.
Especially that Heidi from yesterday. She was really cute. But anyway.
See again why he's not allowed.
She was very interested in what we were doing. She
was
wanted
very
to
interested.
learn.
And I heard her on the radio, on the college radio station. She's very good. I think someday we'll be working with her.
Maybe not now that you said that.
No, I'm
not as.
I don't want to work with those guys.
Not her partner Pickle, of course, but.
Well, it was Pickle and the turd bag. What was the other guy?
Pickle, Turd,
Carl.
and Heidi, I think is what it was. Oh yeah, Carl.
His name's Carl.
Apparently, we made Carl cry.
Really?
Is what
I
was
heard he
told.
was laying on the floor of the break room.
So and again, if we can discourage someone from getting into radio, that's also
Your job is done.
Particularly. Terrible announcer.
9:54 right now.
I got an email response to critical race theory.
Oh?
Yeah. So you try to explain just the kind of a simple version of critical race theory, and that's all people hear. There's much more to it than what I said
it's
before.
very complicated,
But
yes.
So that's why I get this message. Yeah, Bill, the country so systematically, it says systematically racist, that it elected a black man for 8 years straight. Systematically racist that the NBA, NFL, and show business are dominated by blacks. I grew up in the 80s and looked up to Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, all the numerous black people of great achievement. Now, as a middle-aged white guy, I'm a racist, right?
No.
F that. Stop
Well-
being a useful idiot on air for the Marxist ass clowns.
Marxist. He threw that in for good measure.
Yeah.
That's
So
a good buzzword,
you
yeah.
So you just... I shouldn't have tried to explain it simply.
No, but that is the point about it. That's why you don't see it taught in elementary schools and high schools. It is a nuanced, complicated. Am I a woman and that's why I don't get it? Is this a whole other thing?
Look at his Gmail account. It's Trump. He's got Trump in the title of his Gmail account. He's so plain.
Thanks, Max. Nice to hear from you.
Oh, Max, sounds great. Thanks for listening. Okay. Should we do the promo?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think I want to crawl to the exits, though, anymore.
What do you want to do?
My knees are getting just trash.
Okay.
I just, I'll walk.
You do what you want.
I'm going to walk. Okay.
We are back with another full week. We have to stay the full week? Full week of Radio from Hell.
It's Tuesday, and that means, LeVar and LeGrand are here with another Utah word of the day at 7. Oh.
Then at 8 a.m., Michelle Corigliano will join us to talk about the restaurant and bar industry and how it's struggling.
And, of course, at 9 a.m., Todd will have a tune for us on Tuesday Tunes with Todd.
It's all happening with no crawling on Tuesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Boy. My knees are killing me. So you got to get some knee pads. Or
No, we don't have to crawl anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna walk upright like a man.
Sure.
Like a human. Let me put it there. Let me not be sexist about that. See, there's systemic sexism right there. I'm going to walk upright like a human being.
Max, you misspelled useful, just so you know.
You guys are giving it way too much attention.
No, I'm deleting it right now, but I
Okay,
just
good.
noticed that you only need one L on there. All right. Okay, I think we're good. We got all business, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine job, Katie, as always. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you... Well, apparently I'm a Marxist ass clown. Don't you know who I am?
We don't call it a sleeping bag. We call it a fart sack.
Darn right you do. Corey is next.